The Angry Crab Shack in Tempe, with an experience so good it remains indescribable, with something for every seafood lover. Try one of their amazing
weeks ago. What are some positive things that you saw out of your team during that game?
There's a lot of positives.
My name's Olivia Prickett, reporting to you from Arizona for the Varsity Sports Show, and I will be providing you with what to expect from ASU versus U of A women's volleyball on Wednesday. The Sun Devils have an action-packed October ahead of them, playing a total of 9 games. 2 of these games will be against their rivals, the Arizona Wildcats, and their first face-off will be on Wednesday, October 9th. As of October 1st, Arizona State has an overall record.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Coach.
You're
Good
welcome.
luck tonight.
Thank you.
Can I get your mic back?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, Julia, so nice job with that and visiting with Coach Kane. So you're hearing
your hat on, but he knows that both teams have gotten keep that undefeated record.
And listening to Coach Kane, now they have a different element to their offense. They've got Jerry Keltner, quarterback, but they also have another quarterback that's kind of a secret weapon. He's a strong runner. His name's Jonah Brewster. We had a chance to see Jonah last week. Your thoughts on both?
Yeah, and I love that you bring that up because I think if they're able to use those two off of each other tonight, they'll be able to find success on offense. We've seen through the last the better passer of
the 40-yard line. Keltner awaits the snap. Mustangs with that league-leading, stifling defense, attacking from the perimeter. Keltner, here comes another blitz. Keltner, and finds his outlet receiver in Day Anderson, finally tackled after another monstrous first down. And on the stop was Javon Thompson for the Mustangs.
Yeah, another easy play there for Keltner, being able to get the ball out of his hands quickly, getting to his receivers in space and allowing them to make moves. And I think that's something that we're going to see more and more in this game. The last couple weeks, they've been trying to go downfield with Keltner, and they haven't been able to find success. But being able to get out of his hands quickly and allowing his receivers to make moves in space is finding them success here early on.
1st and 10 for the Hawks. Ball on the 22-yard line. Trip set for Gila River. Motion by Harvey, and the toss to the outside, bouncing outside, finding another lane, and finally pulled down. And the Mustangs tackling by committee once again.
Another strong outside run there. They're using the boundaries, trying to stretch this defense out, and they're finding success for it here on this first drive.
Down. Looked to be a gain of 6, 2nd and 4.
Doing so, but regardless, it's an incompletion, and now it's a first big doing so, but regardless, it's an incompletion, and now it's a first big third down of the game.
3rd and 4 on the 16. Keltner, tight set once again for Gila River. Keltner back to pass. Keltner scans the field, throws, hits the out route, near a first down. I don't know that momentum will carry him through, but pass caught by number 80, Joshua Rice, the big target from Little Rock, Arkansas. It's going to be 4th and 1. Decision time for Coach Kane as he sends his quarterback, Jerry Keltner, back in.
Yeah, and if you're Coach Kane, I think it's an easy decision here. You're going for it. You're going to trust in your offense. They haven't had a lot of trust in their kicking game all season long, and it's not going to start here. 4th and inches here, 4th and less than a yard. You're going to trust your offense to go out there and pick up this yard, continue this amazing opening drive.
And Jared Williams in the backfield for Gila River. Williams on the carry, still on his feet, and stopped right at the 10. It appears he may have the first down. He does. 1st and goal, Gila River. Jared Williams, of course, you may know that name from a few years back, part of Chaparral's state championship team, an exceptional running back, and is now playing for the Gila River Hawks.
And when you have a guy like Williams back there, you've got to be able to trust him to run it up the middle like that and pick up that less than a yard that you need to be able to get that first down. And he does it right there.
Williams has had a couple of big games this season for the Hawks, contributing to much of that offensive success on the ground. And we have a trip set on 1st and goal. Keltner back to pass, scans the field, caught from behind for the sack. Multiple Maricopa Mustangs just surrounding Keltner. And in on the sack, number 22 for the Mustangs, Anthony Ruiz. Here's another one that's got an interesting story. A bounce back from ASU, and Ruiz, who was the 6A Player of the Year out of Liberty High School last year, 2 years ago.
Yeah, and he actually went to ASU and is now back at Maricopa, trying to continue his football journey, finding a new home here with the Mustangs. Really nice play there, catching Keltner from behind. Keltner lucky there to hold on to the football.
I think it's fitting that, for all the stats defensively, the Mustangs and Ruiz being a big part of that. Keltner now inside, completes the pass. Pass completed to Anthony Jackson. We may have a penalty. We'll find out from the official. Let's see if we can hear from the official here.
Mustangs. There's ineligible man downfield. Offense, number 7. All right, still third down.
Okay. All right, and with that, got a loss of yardage that'll bring the Hawks will be on the 16-yard line where it'll be second down. Keltner, trip set once again. They like to spread it out. Williams in the backfield. Keltner back to pass. Scans, goes over the top, right in the middle, and it's intercepted in the end zone. The interception into the hands of number 25 for the Mustangs. That was Isaias Penniman out of Mountain Ridge High School in Glendale.
Penniman making a really, really huge play here on that first drive in the end zone, skying up high, getting that ball and getting the Mustangs the ball back here. And as for Keltner, that's the first mistake he's made of the game here. Maybe feeling a little pressure there, second and long, backed up when you're trying to get into the end zone, and he throws it over the middle into double coverage, and it gets picked off, and that's just something you can't do against a team of this caliber in the Maricopa Mustangs.
Here we go, 1st and 10 for the Mustangs. The quarterback, number 16, that is Will Howell. Howell comes up with 2 receivers outside. And Howell, the quick give inside, and the flag thrown on the carry.
Flag on the play.
Should be Kavon Clark. And we'll get the call from the official here.
Yeah, as you saw motion before the snap there, probably has something to do with that, whether it's an illegal shift or something.
Okay. And as the players are huddled up,
looks like we'll get the call here.
Still first down. Please wait until I'm done.
okay, well, we missed the call. A little bit of reprimand going on by the official. Hey, those guys are only human. Here we go. 2-by-2 set for the Mustangs. On the pass, Howell dumps it off, finds his receiver who's met right away, and the Hawks are playing a little bit of defense tonight. Day-Day Anderson with a stop.
Anderson with a stop on the play. 2nd and 15.
And it'll be a loss. It will be 2nd down and 15.
Yeah, if there's one thing you've noticed about Day-Day Anderson from us watching him the last couple weeks is he's always got energy when he's out on the field. He's always running around on the field, and that's getting him some playing time here on defense.
Okay, and with that, we're going to take our first time out here of the game with us 5:48 remaining in the first quarter. Thanks again for tuning in to the HJCAC Game of the Week. We'll be right back.
Hi, this is Jameer Johnson reporting with the Varsity Sports Show from Indianapolis, Indiana. I am an Arizona State University online student and working remotely. Although today we are going to preview the top high school football games that are going on this week. The number 3 ranked Warren Central Warriors will host a rivalry game against the number 13 ranked Carmel Greyhounds. This rivalry dates back to 1959, and Carmel leads and wins throughout history in this rivalry. This game will be a home game for Warren Central as they prepare to continue an undefeated season with a 6-0 record, while the Carmel Greyhound attempts to change their 3-3 record to 4-3. Also, in Indiana, there will be a matchup between the number 2 ranked Westfield Shamrocks versus the number 11 ranked Fishers Tigers. Fishers will be hosting the game at their field. Although their record is 4-2, the Fishers Tigers are 3-0 for their away games and 1-2 for their home games. The Fishers Tigers are averaging 203.8 passing and receiving yards per game. However, the Westfield Shamrocks are unfortunately coming into this game with a loss, but hope to continue a winning season by winning this game, which will make their record 6-1 if they are able to do so. Then we have the number 1 ranked high school football team in Indiana, the Brownsburg Bulldogs, who will play the Noblesville Millers. The Noblesville Millers are averaging 282.5 rushing yards per game, but the Bulldogs will have the momentum because they will be hosting this game and they will attempt to further their 6-0 record with another win. This has been Jameer Johnson with the Varsity Sports Show reporting from Indianapolis. See ya.
The Angry Crab Shack in Tempe with an back to play. And the Mustang offense finds itself in a 2nd and long situation. 5:48 remaining in the first quarter. No score on the scoreboard.
Yeah, just before that timeout, we saw an illegal shift that backed them up to a 1st and 15, and then a nice play on defense by Data Anderson to keep it at 2nd and 15 for the Maricopa Mustangs.
Will Howell, the quarterback, back to pass. Howell threads the needle and goes to the hitch route on the outside for a nice little gain. May have lost the football. What happened? No change in possession. Ball was down.
On the play.
And
Mustangs maintain possession.
Mustangs hang on to the football. After the pass completion, it'll be 3rd and short.
Yeah, and a really nice tackle there by Enrique Calzada, making a tackle in space to bring up this big 3rd down. It looked like the ball carrier lost the ball, but just after his elbow, it hit the ball, and he was down.
Howell. Tight set, single receiver on each side, and give to Clark. Clark manages to grind out a yard on 3rd and short.
4th down.
Correction, 4th down now for the Mustangs.
Really big stand there by the Gila River Hawks defensive line there, being able to bottle up the runner right there in the hole and force a 3-and-out from the Mustangs offense that's been powerful all season and has not been able to be stopped. But they're able to get off the field right away here, get their offense the ball back here.
And the Mustangs will punt deep to receive for the Hawks. 27, Junius Marsh. Bit of a high snap, heads downfield. Takes a nice little bounce, and it'll stop right on the Hawks side of the field on the 45-yard line. The Hawks will have it 1st and 10. 4:03 remaining in the first quarter.
Yeah, and if you're the Hawks here, you've got to be very pleased with the first 10 plus 11 minutes of this first quarter, as you've driven down the field with your offense. We're able to methodically move down the field, got the turnover, but then your defense was able to make a stand there, not allow the Mustangs to get anything going, and get the ball back for your offense here.
Quarterback still Jerry Keltner here for the Gila River Hawks. Out of trip set, ball on the 45-yard line, 1st and 10. Chris Harvey, the lone isolated receiver for Gila River. He is a weapon. Isaac Robles in motion now, balancing off the front. And the give inside, 22 on the carry. That's Nick Norman. Norman, of course, had his share of carries even a week ago. Very, very steady running back for this Gila River Hawk offense.
And you see Williams got the carries on that first drive. Now Norman getting his chance in there. This has been a running back by committee all season long. And a nice pickup there by Norman on 1st down.
Gain of 3 on the play, 2nd and 7. Trip set for the Hawks. Harvey, once again, isolated. Looking to make a big play tonight. Keltner, shotgun formation. Mustangs, of course, with that stifling defense, and Robles in motion. Here come the Mustangs, off to Robles. Robles around the right side, still on his feet. Big gain for Robles. May have gained 25 on that play alone, and finally pulled down in on the stop. Helping out on the assist was number 2, Seth Goldberg.
Yeah, and Robles once again getting him the ball in space, being able to find the corner there, get on the outside, pick up some yards down the sideline. That's been what the Hawks have had success with early on in this game, is spreading the field and getting it to the receivers in space.
4 receiver set now for the Hawks on 1st and 10. 2:44 remaining in the first quarter. Keltner, Norman in the backfield. Keltner looks to the sideline for a play change and adjustment. Mustangs defense on the perimeter once again. Dish off to Day Anderson, who's tackled on the play right away, right on the edge by number 22. And that was Ruiz, Anthony Ruiz, whose name we are going to be calling a lot tonight.
Yeah, and Ruiz and Javon Thompson both rallying to the football there, not allowing Day Anderson to get loose. That's the first time they've really been able to corral these receivers on the perimeter tonight.
And the give, Norman moving the pile, a bit of a scrum here as he's being dragged down and pushed forward by his teammates. And in on the stop, number 5, Larry Kraft.
Looks like we've got a penalty at the top of the screen.
Still. Okay, here we go.
Penalty on the Mustangs. That gives the Hawks a first down.
And 4th down. The Hawks now
Up top, that shouldn't be, if they're not moving anything. That there was no enforcement. Yep.
waiting the
We have a
official.
sideline warning. There's no yardage advantage on that. Just sideline warning.
Sideline warning.
Mustangs.
Yep, sideline warning for the Mustangs. And no yardage infraction is going to be an official timeout. We'll keep it right here
Timeout, sideline warning.
as the officials are sorting through, getting the sticks all set. And
We have officials timeout. Officials timeout.
okay. Speaking of the officials, I love this officiating crew. You know, a lot of these crews, you talk about players looking to make the next step and trying to get noticed and you know, have scholarship opportunities. The officials, the same thing. Many of the officials that we've known over the years have used this as a launching pad to getting into NCAA Division II, Division I, and it's been a good opportunity for all of them. Here come the Mustangs on the give to Norman, and the stop. Wow, that was quick. And just the blitz by Ruiz and company. Ruiz, of course, getting credited with that stop in the backfield. Ball will get taken back to the 30. The Hawks on 4th down, 4th and 7.
4th and 7.
Oh, boy. And Gila River going for it here on 4th down. Trip set, Keltner. Norman in the backfield as well. Harvey, once again, the isolated receiver for the Hawks. Mustangs showing blitz. Keltner. The hard count. Keltner back to pass. Keltner searches, scans the field, finds a receiver all alone. The first down and then some. Said receiver Anthony Jackson.
Yeah, and it looked like a little bit of miscommunication there by the Mustangs defense there, as two defensive backs went to cover Day Anderson in the flat. And then Robles got out in the middle of the field there on his crossing route, wide open. Keltner able to find him. And the Hawks pick up a huge first down on 4th down there.
He was all alone, Doug. Wow. You talk about the deception with this offense. And the Mustangs looked a little confused defensively. Hawks have been picking up momentum the last few weeks as we come down to the end of the first quarter. And with that, we are going to
That takes us to the end of the first quarter.
Introduce our statistician for the evening, Ian Monhay, who's going to take us through some quick first quarter stats. Ian, what do you got for us?
Hello, y'all. I hope y'all are having a great night tonight. Gila River doing a very efficient job of passing the football, 6 of 9 for 87 yards. Doing a very good job of moving the ball down the field. That one interception, an unfortunate event for Gila River, but obviously something that is getting remedied by them going right down the field. Another key thing to keep an eye out on for Gila River, 8 rushes for 40 yards. That's about 5 yards per carry. Keep an eye on this offense continuing to run down the field.
Awesome. Thanks, Ian. So, yeah, I mean, it's Gila River definitely starting to pick up some momentum. They're coming out. A new look tonight, and, you know, based off of the results of the first game between these two, Mustangs in control. This is a different Gila River team, Doug.
Yeah, and it's got to be that Gila River sideline has got to be ecstatic about the way that first quarter went. Obviously, not the outcome they were looking for the first go-around to open the season, but they've been doing everything right so far in this first quarter, and they'll have to continue doing that throughout the rest of this game.
We're going to send it down to Julia Coyne down on the sideline. Julia, what do you got for us?
So I'm here on the sidelines. It's a great game so far. The Gila River Hawks have been doing really well. You know, we saw that one play where the Mustangs picked off the ball, and tensions are high here on the sidelines, but it's been a really good game from down here so far. Back to you guys.
Awesome. Thanks, Julia. So, yeah, it's the game is starting to pick up steam. The Hawks in scoring position on first down, ball inside the 10-yard line. New quarterback in the ball game. That's Jonah Brewster. Nick Norman on the carry. Norman drives through, and he's in for the Hawks touchdown.
Once again, the Hawks using that outside zone run. Norman being able to find the hole, shooting through it, and getting into the end zone. And the Hawks getting on the board first here after being shut out in the first go-around.
Wow, what a play. And Jonah Brewster, we're going to talk a lot about Brewster, who came in at quarterback for the Gila River Hawks. And you talk about a special athlete. It looks like the Hawks will be going for 2 here. Brewster, who is out of Bryant, Arkansas, came here. He had gone down to Grambling University, and what didn't work out for him there. Decided to try his hand at the HJCAC. Move west, young man, move west. He came to Arizona with a friend, didn't know anybody here, and he is making a name for himself now. Brewster going for it. 2-point conversion. Brewster drops back to pass, elects to throw, and pass is incomplete. But with that, the Hawks lead 6-0. So with that, great momentum happening tonight with the Gila River Hawks driving the ball down. Now it'll be the Maricopa Mustangs' turn on offense. Doug, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I think you just have to open up the playbook for that offense. We know the talent that's on there. We know the production that they've had this season, and they really, I don't think it's too early to get worried about the offense, right? They had one drive so far, 3 and out, 3 plays, and they were off the field. So they just need to get things going, get the ball to their playmakers, and trust that that production will come.
Awesome. All right. Well, so the Hawks now starting to show why they have a very prolific offense and have really started picking up momentum this season. A lot of weapons starting to show out tonight. Coach Kane is not leaving anything to chance. He is pulling everything out of that playbook and the kitchen sink. And he is really wanting to make a statement tonight against the #1 defense in the league in Maricopa. Now the kickoff by number 41, Trace Butler. Nice steady kick into the second level. Will be fielded about the 25-yard line on the return. Return by 11, Jalen Stanford. Stanford redirects and finally pulled down by Harvey. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Mustangs right at the 40.
Yeah, nice job there by Stanford, finding his way to the outside, going up the sideline. He did a little change of direction there, maybe lost a couple yards at the end of that, but still gets his team out to the 40-yard line in really good field position to start here to try and get this Maricopa Mustangs offense going.
Here we go. Will Howell back in the game at quarterback for the Maricopa Mustangs. Howell out of Marana Mountain View High School in Tucson. Twin receivers to one side, and the give inside. Kevon Clark. Clark tries to hit the perimeter, and he's pulled down right at the line of scrimmage. And in on the stop, a two-way player tonight in Jared Williams.
Jared Williams with a big stop on the play.
Yeah, you see the Hawks using their star players both sides of the ball tonight. We saw Day-Day Anderson playing some defensive back earlier tonight, and now you see the running back Jared Williams playing on the defensive side of the ball as they're coming up with a really nice play. Tackle for loss there, or no gain to set up 2nd and 10, and really nice tackle there, holding on to the T-shirt.
Okay, here we go. On 2nd down, 2nd and 10. Howell, 2-by-2 set for Maricopa. 4 receivers out wide. And Howell back to pass. Howell goes over the top on the wheel route. Pass is complete, finds Terrence Hall.
Really nice catch there by Hall on the sideline. Over the shoulder catch there along the sideline, keeping his toes in before he heads out of bounds. Nice throw by the quarterback there on a wheel route to his receiver. Now they're across midfield and finally into Hawks territory for the first time tonight.
Hall, of course, who's been a big play receiver for this Maricopa Mustangs offense, but the defense having so much of the accolades in recent weeks that, you know, some of these guys have just been, you know, kind of bringing their lunchbox to work and doing the job and going home, and you don't see or hear too much about it, just that they're winning. They're 4-0 and getting it done. Not a lot of big plays happening. Howell under center this time. Clark in the backfield. Howell looks back to pass, does, and on the outlet, completes and stopped on the play. Number 50, that was Aiden Cook out of Florence High School for the Hawks.
Yeah, and a nice play there by Cook and the rest of the defensive line as they seem to read that screen immediately, got off the blockers, and blew up that screen and for that tackle for loss now.
Loss of 2 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 12. Bunch set for Maricopa. Howell again under center. Clark in the backfield. The give. Clark tries to round the corner and is chased down. Who's playing defense tonight? The stop on the play by 11, Day-Day Anderson.
That's Anderson's second tackle already tonight, playing on the perimeter, both sides of the ball. He's able to run the running back down there near the sideline for just a couple yards there. So it'll bring up a big, long 3rd down here.
3rd and 9 for the Mustangs. Gila River Hawks playing some lights out on both sides of the ball tonight, really trying to make a statement against the #1 team in the league. Howell, shotgun formation, single back in the backfield. Howell back to pass, scans the field, sets his feet, still looking, goes over the top deep, and it's trouble, folks, an interception.
Intercepted!
The ball is intercepted by 21, Jaquan Lamb.
Lamb with the interception.
What can't he do?
Had a fake punt touchdown last week, returning good kickoff tonight, and now an interception in the end zone. He's doing it all for this team, and now the Hawks have the ball back with the lead and have a chance to add on here early on.
Hawks will have it 1st and 10 inside the 25-yard line. Call it the 20, and wow.
Yeah, it looked like the refs gave him the benefit of catching that and rolling into the end zone, gave him the touchback there as the ball come out to the 20, but it looked like the Mustangs quarterback there motioned his receiver going in the end zone, kind of just threw it up downfield into double coverage, and Lamb able to make the play, come down with the interception.
Trip set for Gila River. Jared Williams in the backfield and Jonah Brewster, the quarterback. Brewster out of, once again, Bryan, Arkansas. Brewster keeps it, showcasing that speed, and bounces off a couple of tacklers, finally gets out of bounds. May not have gained anything on the play. It'll be second down.
Yeah, we see Keltner tossing the ball with his teammates on the sideline down here. Interesting to see if that was a matter of Keltner not feeling 100% right now, or they're just wanting to switch it up at quarterback and get Brewster some reps, as he's more of the physical running type of quarterback.
And we'll be going down to Julia here in just a moment. Julia Coyne, our sideline reporter for the evening, been doing a great job getting a pulse of everything going on the field. 2-by-2 set for the Hawks. Brewster gives inside to Williams. Williams rushes upfield, right up the middle, runs into a pack of Mustangs, and it'll be down. Gain of, looks like about 3-4 yards.
Yeah, and after a short gain from Brewster's run, Williams is able to get a mediocre gain there to set up a third and manageable here. Williams running through tacklers, pulling a few guys, really working for that 4 yards.
Brewster, who just happened to be throwing a football in practice one day. That was his story, and they said, okay, we're down a quarterback. You are the backup quarterback, and now he's playing. Brewster keeps it, tucks and runs, and runs and runs, still on his feet, zigzagging across the field, all the way down the field, and finally pulled down at the 11. Jonah Brewster with the monstrous run. Goodness.
And if you couldn't tell, he used to be a running back.
I think he still is.
Made a guy miss near the line of scrimmage, and he was gone after that.
Brewster was a guest. Jonah Brewster was a guest on the HJCAC Monday Night Coaches Show, live from Angry Crab Shack in Tempe, and this past week. And we asked him what his stats were, and he said he didn't know. He just ran when they told him to, and threw when they told him to. And so he's actually doing a great job.
That seems to be working.
Yeah. 1st and 10 for the Hawks. Brewster in the backfield with Williams. Williams on the carry. Williams zigzags his way in. Does he find the end zone? He's awful close, just shy. And let's see where he gets that spot. Looks like the 4-yard line, so it'll be second down now. Gain of 7, second down and 3 on the 4.
Nice job by Williams there, bouncing off a few tacklers. Again, a really nice solid gain on first down to set up a manageable second down where you can look at the end zone, but you have a couple yards inside the goal line there to get a first down before you're in the goal-to-go situation.
Jared Williams in the backfield. Jonah Brewster, the quarterback. Shotgun formation. Anderson in motion. And Brewster gives to Williams. Williams stutter step, hurdles in, and he's in for the Hawks touchdown.
Wow, what a series by the Hawks. Going up 2 scores now. Williams leaping over to a defender there, reaching his arm out to stretch the ball across the goal line and getting in there for the Hawks' second touchdown of the game.
Okay. We are going to send it down to Julia here in just a moment with another game update. Wow. It looks like the Hawks going for 2 again, leading 12-0 with 8:02 remaining in the second quarter. Brewster and Williams in the backfield for the Hawks. Trip set. And Brewster in shotgun formation. Brewster back to pass. Scans, throws on the out. May have hit it. Did he get it? He got it. Got the 2-point conversion to Anthony Jackson.
Really nice catch there in the end zone by Jackson. Going to the ground, securing the catch. The throw by Brewster was a little low, but he gave his receiver a chance to make a play, and he did just that. Getting the 2-point conversion, now they lead 14-0.
We're going to send it down to Julia, who's down on the sideline. Julia, take it away.
Yeah, so here on the sidelines, it's getting crazy as the Hawks just scored again, up 14-0. The Mustangs are clearly getting frustrated as they have not been able to do anything on offense, and you can tell down here. Back to you guys.
Wow, a little bit of frustration setting in, and I got to imagine that Coach Doug Madosky with the Mustangs is not liking what he's seeing, but in a way he is, because he is also part of the operations of the organization of the league. So part of it, he's kind of torn. You got to admit, he's kind of torn. My gosh. So anyway.
Yes, you've got to, if you're in Coach Madowski's shoes, you've got to love seeing Gila River coming out and playing like this tonight. But obviously, you'd like your team to be playing up to the par that you set.
Playing just a little bit better, right? Exactly. All right, Trace Butler to kick off for the Gila River Hawks, who now lead 14-0 with 8:02 remaining till half. The line drive, the long squib, lands up into the hands of Stanford. Stanford takes it upfield, near midfield, before he's finally tackled, and that's where the Mustangs will have it 1st and 10. So the question is, Will Howell still the quarterback for the Mustangs? Let's see as the team huddles, and there is no indication that it is not going to be. It looks like he will be coming out to lead the offense. Want to give a couple of quick shout-outs to some friends of the HJCAC. Station Chevron on Chaparral in the 101. Cheapest tobacco in town, apparently, and that is a very popular hub to get gas. Scott Chaparral in the 101. So yeah, that's what they're known for. I don't make this up, and I'm not a smoker, but apparently it's where you can get the cheapest tobacco in town. All right, Station Chevron. Here we go. 1st and 10 for the Maricopa Mustangs. Howell bobbles the snap, gathers it, and runs. He's got some wheels on him, and down by Williams. We've got a little shoving match, and here come the flags. And we've got flags galore. Okay, well, the officials will sort this out. So tension's running a little high as a lot of these young men know each other. They play each other twice a year. It's like a traditional NFC East matchup in the old days of the Redskins and Cowboys. Anyway. All right, well, the officials will get it sorted out. We'll head down to the officials here shortly.
It'll be interesting here as you saw. Usually second guy in gets the flag, but
oh, goodness.
There was more than just
it
one
was more
second
than
guy
second
there.
guy. Yeah, there was a bunch of about 5-second guys coming in. So anyway, yeah. So let's the officials all gather together and trying to get this sorted out. And it's a shame, these young men work so hard during the week and want to make a good showing. You've got colleges watching, and it always takes one, as they refer to, one stinker in the bunch that a little misunderstanding as they continue to sort through it and take little notes in their book.
Yeah, and as you see on Sundays and on Saturdays, throughout the league, when quarterbacks get hit late, you see their offensive linemen rallying around them. Usually get those personal foul penalties trying to back them up, just as you saw there. But you've got to be able to hold those emotions in and be there for your teammates without crossing the line and drawing those flags.
Okay, well, the officials continue to sort. And they are talking about their post-game plans, I think, right now, and so figuring out what movies are out nowadays. I haven't been to a movie theater forever, Doug. How about you?
I
went
now. Like probably about 9 months ago now.
Yeah.
with my girlfriend. But if it wasn't for her, probably would have been at least 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, yeah, okay. 7:50 remaining here on the HJCAC Game of the Week, and monumental. If you guys normally listen to, I don't know, what might be on at this time on a Saturday night when there's no other football going on, I don't know. Martha Stewart living, I'm not sure, but we're very sorry to preempt that for the HJCAC Game of the Week here on KDUS AM 1060, home of the Varsity Sports Show. Also want to, well, let's give a couple more shout-outs here. You know, we've got some others. So we talked about Station Chevron on Chaparral in the 101. PJ's Burger Barn in Arbor Vitae. Did I say that right? Vita, sorry. I knew I was going to get that wrong. I even wrote it out phonetically. Arbor Vita, Wisconsin. Sorry, I'm not going to live that down. Arbor Vita, Wisconsin. Okay. All right. Well, the officials are still communicating before they relay. Here we go. No, maybe not. Okay,
Perfect.
Here we go.
All right, we're ready for you. After the play, we have unsportsmanlike conduct, number 62 on the defense. Right? After the play, we also have unsportsmanlike conduct on the offense, number 54. Those penalties will offset. However, number 54 is ejected. Also, after the play, we have coming off the bench, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 22. That'll be 15 yards ended to the out of the play. Result is a first down.
Doug, I got to ask you a question. Does it ever end well when someone comes off the bench?
No.
Yeah.
No, it does not.
What is the point of doing that when obviously everyone in the stadium sees you doing that? I mean, it makes no sense whatsoever. Anyway, so we had one ejection. We have another nice long penalty, and some warnings apparently. So the Mustangs will have it 1st and 10. As of right now, the ball is on the Hawks' 48-yard line.
And I think after everything that just happened, I feel like the referees handled that about as best as they could.
Yeah.
The player that started it all, 54, shoving the Hawks player after the play was dead, was ejected. The Hawks got their unsportsmanlike conduct as well for instigating as well. And then obviously the player coming off the bench, that's added on.
So, and you know, in fairness to the officials, for as much scrutiny as these poor guys can get, they are trying to let these young men play. You know, they are trying to do what they can to let them play, but still have to have some type of framework, some type of control over the ball game, so things don't get out of hand and with shoving and things that usually end up worse than that. But to come off the bench is definitely uncalled for, especially if you're not substituting in the game. Stay off the field.
And that's where you just have to keep your emotions in check.
And I mean, and you come off the bench, you don't even have your helmet on. That's another thing. You know, if I'm not condoning it, I'm not saying, look, if you're going to do it, you know, put your helmet on, protect yourself, but at the same time, don't do it to start with. So I'm not saying it's okay to come off the bench, but put your helmet on. My gosh. Okay, here we go on. Looks like 2nd and 8, ball on the 48-yard line. Maricopa Mustangs still with the football. Quarterback Will Howell, shotgun formation. Looks like an empty set here for Maricopa. Hawks playing some defense tonight.
Okay.
And on 2nd down. Hawks defensively, Howell back to pass for the Mustangs. Howell goes to the out route, completes it, looking for the first down, couldn't quite get across, and that was Mateen Strong. Multiple Hawk players making the stop.
Yeah, nice rallying to the ball there by Anderson and Lamb for the Hawks, keeping the receivers short of the line to gain, bring up another 3rd down for the Hawks defense for a chance to get off the field.
Looks like Strong got correction. Looks like the Mustangs gained 5 yards on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 3. All right. Empty set once again for Maricopa. Will Howell. Howell back to pass. Howell scrambles, tucks, and runs. He's got the first down, still on his feet, weaving, and finally gets out of bounds. That is a big body. He had no fewer than five Gila River Hawk players draped around him, trying to strip the ball away, and he managed to get himself out of bounds.
Yeah, the 6'4", 180-pound quarterback was able to make some moves there in the open space and then use the muscle, use the strength down there inside the 20-yard line to pick up a few extra yards and a big first down there.
1st and 10, ball on the 16-yard line for the Maricopa Mustangs with 6:28 and counting here in the first half. Stick around, folks. We've got a lot coming up, particularly at halftime. Howell back to pass, scans, sprints to his left, and is met right at the sideline where he's pushed out of bounds. May have lost a yard. We'll see where that gets spotted. Clock stops, however. And right at 6 minutes,
looks like the stoppage might be for an injured player.
Okay. So we've got to, may have come off the field, but okay, well, clock continues to move apparently, and the officials haven't signaled anything other than that, so we're at 5.5 minutes till halftime. Howell back to pass. Howell searches, sprints to his left, back upfield to his right, and breaking tackles along the way, finally pulled down by Jared Williams.
Yeah, and when Howell gets out in space, he's going to have to start going down because these Hawks defenders, when they see a quarterback running in space, they're going to come in heavy hitting, and Howell needs to protect himself as a quarterback and get down. He's picking up nice yards, and he's a big quarterback, so he's able to make guys miss. But after he gets what he's going to be able to get, he needs to get down and protect himself.
So it'll be 3rd and 3 for the Mustangs, ball on the 10-yard line. So the Mustangs now putting a decent drive together with hopes of ending up in the end zone here before halftime, down by 2 scores, 14-0, with the Hawks leading. 3 receivers out wide to one side for Maricopa.
Timeout. Timeout. Hawks. That is their first timeout of the half.
Okay, well, with that, let's see if... all right. So, Doug, as we stand here and we see the drive that Maricopa is obviously putting together here, trying to get in the end zone, Chad Munson, the offensive coordinator for Maricopa, who's known for being a guru in developing quarterbacks and loves to throw the football. So as we're seeing this game break down, you've got one of the best backs in the league for the Maricopa Mustangs out on the field in Kevon Clark. Is he a weapon right now? Do you think with the success that Howell has had out there that they'll continue to throw?
I think you've got to mix it in because the run is going to create the pass. You want to be able to open up those play-action passes, and if you can get Kevon Clark going in the run game, that'll open up more space on the field for Howell to be able to complete those completions. And you can also mix it up with his legs. He's shown that he can run the ball tonight, and mixing that in just gives more for the Hawks defense to have to look out for.
And as the Mustangs break their huddle, come up to the line of scrimmage, it'll be 3rd and 3 on the 10-yard line. 4:31 remaining till half, down 14-0. Quarterback Will Howell, trip set for Maricopa. Howell back to pass. Howell goes over the top to the isolated side and finds Kevon Clark for the touchdown.
Touchdown, Mustangs.
Nice touch pass there on the wheel route to get the touchdown. Looked like the defensive back on the play, Rashad Jackson for the Hawks, slipped, missed his footing there, and it made Clark wide open in the end zone for the touchdown. And the Mustangs finally get themselves on the board late in this first half.
What a play. And like you called it, the wheel route left all alone Kevon Clark practically, and caught a nice pass from 10 yards out in the end zone for the Mustang touchdown. You know, it was interesting. We just happened to be talking about, Clark, the fact the offensive coordinator, Chad Munson, loves to throw the ball, but he's got a great running back. So what does he do? He throws the ball to the running back. On the extra point attempt, as we await the snap, and kick is up and good. That was number 29, Cesar Rodriguez. Rodriguez out of Copper Canyon High School in Glendale. And the Mustangs starting to claw their way back into this game, down one score, 14-7. And we'll keep it right here on the HJCAC Game of the Week, presented by the Varsity Sports Show and a whole host of other folks. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. Thanks for tuning in to KDUS AM 1060. This is a monumental broadcast, as it is our first junior college game for the Deuce, AM 1060. We're going to send it down to Julia Coyne down on the sideline. Julia, take it away.
Here on the sidelines, the Mustangs just scored for the first time after a scuffle down on the field. They came back and were able to score for the first time in the second half. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Julia. So, yeah, I mean, it was a disagreement and ended up, unfortunately, costing someone and getting ejected and a big penalty. And once again, you do not leave the sideline if you're not supposed to be in the game. Anyway, Rodriguez will be kicking off now for the Mustangs, and deep to receive right in the middle, Jaquan Lamb for the Hawks. Ending up on the second level, that'll be Isaac Robles on the return, fielding the return, making it respectable, getting down to about the 27. In on the stop, Jacob Dominguez for the Mustangs.
Nice tackle there by Dominguez, hanging on to the leg of the returner there to bring him down, because if he got past Dominguez, he had a lot of space, a lot of open grass.
So Hawks will have it 1st and 10, ball on the 28-yard line with 4 minutes and 20 seconds remaining till halftime. We'll hear from Ian Monhay to give us some first half stats here in the next few minutes as he's working feverishly on putting those together. Keltner back in the game. Quarterback Jerry Keltner, who took a couple of series break for Jonah Brewster to spell him, and Keltner now coming over to the sideline to get the play, having a little conversation with the offensive coordinator for the Gila River Hawks.
Yeah, and he overthrew his receiver there, but that may have been a good thing there. It looked like the Mustangs defense was in position to get Robles there. Did not look like it would have been a positive game. So maybe an incompletion, clock stops. Maybe that was the best outcome of that play.
2nd and 10 for the Hawks. 2-by-2 set. Keltner the quarterback. Keltner to Norman. Norman in the backfield, spins his way out of a tackle. Still on his feet. Finally pulled down. Anthony Ruiz, the linebacker for the Mustangs. When he's in the game, you can tell just the bar is set so much higher for this Mustang defense, and the great things, the way they swarm, the pursuit angles with Ruiz in the middle at the linebacking position.
When you can see him out on the field at 6 foot, 225 pounds, he's a bowling ball out there. Like, whenever he's going around the field, when he hits you, you feel it. And as you said, it just brings a presence to this defense.
Mustangs showing blitz. Keltner back to pass. Keltner goes over the top and underthrows the intended receiver. Pass is incomplete. It'll be 4th down.
And now this Hawks offense stalls right away, and now it's going to give Maricopa the ball back with 3.5 minutes with a chance to go down, score, and remember, they get the ball to start the second half so they can double dip. So this is an important few series here for both teams.
And as some mass substitutions for coming in on the punt return team, but we've had a stoppage in play.
Is this their first time out? Timeout. This is their first timeout of the half.
Well, that being said, we're going to keep it right here. And, you know, it's interesting. As any time there are substitutions, when you've got the punt unit out, guys have to remember when it's their turn. And I think that was a situation here. In all the excitement, there may have been some players that were supposed to be out there that didn't quite have it. And Coach Madosky opts to burn a timeout here.
Yeah, and he burns that timeout, and that could prove costly as 3.5 minutes here. They're going to be getting the ball back. You'd like to be able to save those timeouts to use in your 2-minute drill at the end of the half. But now just down to 2. Obviously, for the Mustangs, they hope that that won't come back to hurt them later in this half.
3:29 remaining till halftime. Stick around, folks. Got a lot of things coming up, including stats from our amazing, one and only amazing Ian Monhay, valuable member of our team, the stats guy tonight. All right, here we go. On 4th down, Trace Butler into punt for the Hawks, and deep to receive for the Mustangs. Butler loses the snap and is wrapped up. Oh, that hurts. Wow.
Yeah, you can't have that happen if you're the Hawks there. Just what the Mustangs were looking for. Momentum completely shifting the other way. And now the Mustangs set up inside the Hawks' 20-yard line, needing just 19 yards to get back on the scoreboard and tie this thing up.
Goodness. Well, so the Hawk defense out on the field now. The Mustangs will have it 1st and 10 on the 19-yard line of Gila River. 3:26 remaining till half. They were looking for great field position had they fielded a punt at midfield, but now they've got really great field position with Will Howell back in at quarterback. Receiver split out wide. Kevon Clark in the backfield for Maricopa. Stoppage in play here by the official. We've got a timeout called.
Timeout, right? Timeout. Hawks. That is their second timeout of the first half.
And we're going to keep it right here. You know, again, interesting set, interesting turn of events going on. Coach Kane, seeing something out there, decides to have one last chat with his team. I think it's a good time to do it because obviously the Mustangs are in scoring position deep in his territory, and it's he's got to make some adjustments here.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think that's you got to calm down your defense here. A sudden change in the game and is a pivotal drive here for the Mustangs because if you're the Hawks, you've got to try to keep them out of the end zone at all cost because getting them into the end zone, they get the ball to start the second half, can completely flip the switch in this game.
3:26 remaining. And quarterback Will Howell, running back Kevon Clark for the Mustangs. Receiver split out wide. Trip set for Maricopa. Howell dishes off on the screenplay. Finds Hall. Terrence Hall, who's surrounded, may have gotten 7 yards on the gain. We'll see where he gets the spot. And it'll be 2nd down. Gain of 6. 2nd down and 4. Ball is on the 13-yard line.
Nice easy throw there by Howell to get the ball out to his receiver Hall. The quick wide receiver screen, making a few guys miss, picking up a solid 1st down gain. And with 2 minutes, 45 seconds and counting in this first half, the entire playbook is open for the Mustangs deep in the red zone here.
Goodness. Will Howell lines the offense up. Trip set for Maricopa. That's been their formation of choice tonight. Clark still in the backfield. Howell back to pass. Howell scrambles, tucks, runs, gets the 1st down, and then some. Finally gets out of bounds inside the 5-yard line with 2:20 remaining. The big 1st down play. We may have an injury out on the field.
Have an official's timeout. Official's timeout. Injured player.
Well, hopefully it's not serious, but it's a Gila River Hawks player on the sideline.
Yeah, he looks like he took a hit on a block there as one of the Mustangs players was trying to make more space for his quarterback as he was running. Took a hit. Hopefully he'll be okay.
So with that, let's go to Ian here with some statistics. Ian, do you have some things queued up that you can share with us?
I got a couple of things right here in front of me. Gila River, 7 carries right now for 88 yards. A lot of that coming from their quarterback, number 8, Jonah Brewster. 2 carries for 64 yards, including that really large 60-yard run earlier in this second quarter. We can also take a look at the total tackles from Gila River. 12 of them as well. A sack, two tackles for loss. They're really getting deep into the trenches. They're doing a very good job on that end.
Awesome. You know, it's interesting, and we'll hear from you again, obviously, because we're going to want to know more or less first half, who. Well, we can kind of see based off of what we're experiencing here, who's a little more prolific, but maybe breaking it down even further and giving us another more detailed snapshot, and that could set the stage for what we could expect in the second half, even, Doug.
Yeah, absolutely. And now that the Mustangs have gotten some offense going, we can start to see what Will Howell's numbers are looking like tonight, and just the success he's had both on the ground and in the air, getting it out to his receivers and his running back, Kevon Clark. As it looks like our injured player is walking off the field on his own power, and we'll get set for play once again.
And it was one of the linemen with the who's making his way off. He looks okay, and anytime someone can get off on their own, then they're good. 2 backs in the backfield for the Mustangs. Howell back to pass. Howell sprints to his right, searches, looks, throws, finds a receiver, Terrence Hall, and it's a touchdown.
Touchdown, Mustang.
Wow.
Hall caught that in the back of the end zone and able to hold on. Couldn't tell if he bobbled it or not, but the referees are saying he caught it, got his feet in, secured the catch. Now they have a chance to tie this game up just over with 2 minutes till halftime.
And we'll let them set up here. As Rodriguez comes in to attempt the extra point. Awaiting the snap. Snap is good, holds good, and money. Rodriguez nails it. And just like that, the score is tied with 2 minutes remaining till half. 14-14. Stay with us, folks. We'll be right back.
This is Jesse Davis from the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication at Arizona State University, reporting for the Varsity Sports Show. The Arizona Cardinals are looking to earn their second win of the season this Sunday on the road, taking on the San Francisco 49ers. The Cardinals find themselves in a bit of a hole to start the season, coming off back-to-back losses to the Lions and Commanders. Things don't get any easier for Arizona traveling to the Bay Area to face a talented 49ers team led by Brock Purdy and Fred Warner. One thing the Cardinals have going for them is the connection between quarterback Kyler Murray and rookie standout wide receiver Marvin Harrison Jr. So far, the pair have connected for 15 receptions, totaling 243 yards and 4 touchdowns. A big key for Arizona is going to be getting off to a fast start. The Cardinals have to be able to gain some momentum early and score to take the crowd out of the game at Levi's Stadium. James Conner is going to be another huge factor for the Cardinals as they need to get him going and involved. Conner thus far through 4 games has 2 games over 100 yards and 2 games with 50 yards or less on the ground. The Cardinals need a big game from Conner, who will try to take some of the pressure off of Kyler Murray, who will have Nick Bosa and company to deal with. The 49ers are at their best when their defense is creating turnovers and scoring points. We saw that last week against the Patriots, where Fred Warner picked off Jacoby Brissett and ran it back 45 yards for a touchdown. The Cardinals' offensive line has to be able to protect Kyler Murray and give him enough time to find his receivers open down the field. With kickoff set for 4:05 p.m. Eastern, it will no doubt be a classic NFC West tilt between the Cardinals and 49ers. From the Varsity Sports Show, I'm Jesse Davis.
The Angry Crab Shack in Tempe, with an experience so good it remains indescribable, with something for every seafood lover. Try one of their amazing custom seafood boils, sandwiches, appetizers, and salads. Angry Crab Shack Tempe is located east of I-10 on Warner Road, 480-674-3847. The Angry presented by the Varsity Sports Show. The Mustangs kick off into the hands of Isaac Robles. Robles tries to round the corner, around the left side, finally taken out near midfield, out of bounds. Got submarined.
Yeah, getting hit both top and bottom there.
1:53 remaining till half. Score is tied at 14. Folks, stick around at halftime. We'll hear from Ian Monhay, our expert statistician tonight, giving us up-to-the-minute stats. We'll hear from our very own Julia Coyne down on the sideline, giving us a report. And then our amazing team from all over the country bringing you the latest news throughout halftime. Brewster, Jonah Brewster back in at quarterback, hands off to Jared Williams. Williams breaking tackles, may have 7 yards, running right up the gut.
Yeah, and he was able to keep his balance there as a Mustang defender grabbed him by the shirt. Was able to hold on, but Williams was able to keep his balance, trudge forward for a few more yards. Nice first down gain there.
2nd down and 3. Brewster back to pass. Brewster goes over the top. What an arm. Completes. No, in and out of the hands. What a throw. And Anthony Jackson, fans are screaming for a flag, but no such thing.
Looked like the defender was draped all over Jackson down there. And Jackson made an attempt to come back to the football. Seemed like he was halted a bit, but no flag on the play. Jackson not quite able to come down with that catch. It'll be 3rd down now with 1:14 remaining.
HJCAC would like to thank their friends at Fuel IV, mobile IV service, valley-wide. Thank you for your support of the Hohokam Junior College Athletic Conference. Bunch set for the Gila River Hawks. 1:14 remaining till half. Jonah Brewster, the quarterback, back to pass, evades defenders. Can't get out of this one, though. And the sack. Sack by number 40, Jordan Mowers.
Massive play there by Mowers.
Timeout, Mustangs.
We'll keep it here with 1:05 remaining. Wow. Jordan Mowers, who's been a featured guest on our HJCAC Monday Night Coaches Show out of Snowflake High School in the White Mountain region of Arizona, makes a statement sack, and what a loss on that.
Yeah,
Goodness.
He shot through that line, and Brewster tried to make him miss, but Mowers stuck with it, was able to get him down, and now he gets – the Hawks are going to have to punt now. Mowers is going to get his defense off the field, and the Mustangs offense will have the ball back here. Probably give 10 seconds, 5 seconds on the punt, just under a minute. Mustangs will have the ball back on the field with a chance to take the lead before halftime, still getting the ball to start the second half as well.
Want to once again take a moment to recognize friends of the HJCAC, Game Day Men's Health in Phoenix. Thank you so much for your support of the Hohokam Junior College Athletic Conference. So we had a lot of friends of the conference supporting all of these young people in advancing opportunities here at the junior college level and the opportunity to move beyond. Thank you for all of your support and your friendship of the HJCAC. On 4th down and long, Trace Butler, the punter, in for the Gila River Hawks with 1:05 remaining till half. Score tied at 14. Butler, good snap. might have gotten a hand on that ball, someone from the Mustangs, and takes a bit of a hawk bounce before finally settling about the 41-yard line of Maricopa.
Yeah, as you mentioned, a couple Mustang defenders were able to get through that line, and looked like one of them got a hand on it, deflected that ball, made the punt a little shorter, set up really good field position here for the Mustangs.
So the Mustangs will have it 1st and 10, ball on the 42-yard line of Maricopa.
And if you're Maricopa here, you've got 55 seconds, probably quick passes here, trying to find the sideline. Just one timeout remaining to try and get some points here before the end of the first half.
Quarterback Will Howell. Shotgun formation, Kevon Clark in the backfield. Howell sprints to his right, looks to pass, pump fake, throws over the top, and draped all over the intended target, and here come the flags. Number 12, Mateen Strong, the intended receiver, and defending Enrique Calzada.
That'll be a 15-yard penalty. Result is a first down.
Well, there you have it. So 48 seconds remaining till half, and the pass interference penalty.
Yeah, and a lot of times on those deep throws, if the quarterback underthrows a little bit, as Howell did there, the receiver comes back to the ball, and then the defender happens to run into them and prohibits him from getting to the ball, and that flag comes out, as you saw there. And a big play, but also for the Hawks, it's a lot better than allowing that to be completed and the ball being inside the 20-yard line.
Agreed. So, all right, stick around, folks. When we get to halftime, we are going to hear from Julia Coyne, our sideline reporter, and then we'll bring it back up to the box. Ian Monhay to run through some first half stats for us and more.
Timeout. Hawks. That is their 3rd and final timeout of the half.
We'll keep it right here. So, Doug, the mindset, the coaches, I mean, they've been using those timeouts here late in the first half, as expected. What do you think Coach Kane is telling his team right now?
I think it's a lot like that timeout he used earlier after a sudden change. This one after the penalty. Now the Mustangs are in plus territory, and you just want to settle your defense down. 48.3 seconds left in the half here. You don't want to give up any big plays. If they're going to move down the field, you want them to have to find space over the middle of the field. You want to protect the sidelines, but also protect from the big play, and rally to the ball and tackle. Try to leave as little clock as possible and keep the Mustangs from getting any closer. You don't want to allow a touchdown, absolutely not, but trying to limit the field goal attempt as well.
Okay. So Coach Kane leaves the huddle, and having had an opportunity to talk to his team, and this Coach Kane, having been in the Valley for many years now and coaching and educator, this is his first college head coaching job, and he is definitely making the most of it and putting a good game plan together tonight. Score tied at 14, 48 seconds remaining till half. Maricopa Mustangs 1st and 10. Will Howell, the quarterback, Kevon Clark in the backfield. Bunch set, empty set for Maricopa. We had some movement, and Clark got a little happy feet there and moved before the center snapped the ball.
Prior to the snap, false start, offense, number 2. It'll be a 5-yard penalty. Still, first down.
Okay. So, 1st and 15. 48 seconds remaining till half. Empty set once again. Will Howell, the quarterback. Here come the Hawks showing blitz. Howell throws on the out route, finds his target, and the stop by Jared Williams. Reception, 21, Sebastian Carrillo. No huddle. Mustangs back on the line of scrimmage on 2nd and 12. Howell back to pass. Howell sprints to his left, directs receivers out of traffic, looks, plenty of time to throw, finally unleashes to Terrence Hall in the corner, and it's in and out of the hands. Goodness gracious.
Pass is incomplete.
Wow, incomplete pass. I thought he had it. Dropped it at the very last moment as he went down. Goodness.
Yeah, we've got an injured player now here as well as well of a stoppage, but Jaquan Lamb, what a hit. As you said, the receiver had it. Hall had it in the end zone, but going to the ground, Lamb put the hit on him and jarred that ball loose. Really big play there because that would have been a touchdown.
The longest final minute of any half in history. We're down to 15 seconds. We have an injured player down on the field, which is serious. No joking there. But he's up on his own. Calzada coming to the sideline for the Hawks as the Maricopa offense talking it over and preparing to come back onto the field. Hawks defense all set, lined up. 15 seconds till half. Stick around, folks, at halftime. Once again, we'll hear from our very own Julia Coyne with a game break sideline update, and then we'll bring it back up to the box for some stat information from Ian Monhay. Will Howell, the quarterback, shotgun formation, receiver split out wide, Clark in the backfield. Hall in motion, Howell back to pass, sprints to his left, tucks, runs, still on his feet, finally brought down by 50, Aiden Cook, and 6 seconds left on the clock. Score tied at 14.
The third and final timeout of the half.
Mustangs will take one more timeout. Once again, we'll keep it right here.
Their final timeout of the half.
And I have to admit, I was expecting. Now, it's obviously not what has been going on, but I was expecting the Mustangs having the top defense in the league, outscoring some of the other team offenses, other teams in the league with their defense to really take control of this game, and they have not. The Hawks have had opportunities and have really been playing up, put a great game plan together.
Yeah, and you've got to give a hats off to Coach Kane and the Hawks for putting a game plan together tonight that really has just allowed their playmakers to go out there and make plays. They've trusted their playmakers, and they've played about as good of a first half as they could, and they just have to finish off with one more play to go into the halftime tied up.
Here we go. 6 seconds remaining on fourth down. 4th and 9. Quarterback Will Howell. Kavon Clark, the running back, in the backfield. 4 receivers lined up wide. Howell steps up into the pocket, sprints out to his right, still searching, throws, and intercepted right at the horn. Intercepted by Day Anderson of the Hawks. And with that, 0 on the clock, score tied at 14. We are going to send it right down to our very own Julia Coyne. Julia, take it away.
Really close game right now, 14-14 at the half. It's been really tense down here, but both teams are putting up a fight. The Mustangs have finally started coming back on offense in that second quarter, and the Hawks have been struggling a little bit in the second quarter, but who knows what's going to happen in this next half. Back to you guys.
Who knows for sure, man. You know, that's interesting. And you know, a lot of excitement down on the field. Obviously, Julia's right in the thick of everything going on down there, and hearing the coaches, hearing the players, kind of seeing the you know, the reactions and the everything that's happening down there. So very interesting. Doug, your thoughts on the first half?
Yeah, I thought it was a really good first half by both teams. Obviously not the start Maricopa Mustangs were looking for, falling down 14-0, but you've got to give a hats off to the Hawks. Gila River, the Hawks came out strong. They came out ready to play tonight, jumped out to that first half 14-point lead, and then it gave them some wiggle room when the Mustangs got going, tied this game up, but a strong half from both teams, and we'll see which team kind of is the difference maker in the second half.
Awesome. I want to hear the expert's opinion here, and with the numbers don't lie, as they say. So let's send it over to Ian Monhay with stats here in the first half. Ian, take it away.
Let's take it firstly back to Gila River, who has been very dominant on the running game today. 16 carries for 135 yards, and that is spread out by multiple different running backs, and that includes guys such as Jared Williams, Jonah Brewster, among other names. They have been really carrying the team in the rushing department. A little concerning in the sense that they didn't have a completion in that second quarter. They finished 0 for 3, which will bring their total up to about 6 for 12, which is a disappointing mark right there. But that defensive line, when it comes to Maricopa, has been very good as well. We continue to talk about number 22 with Anthony Ruiz getting very dirty in the trenches over here, getting a bunch of tackles for losses, just being a very impactful player on that end of the ball tonight.
Ian, I got to ask you, based off of what you see statistically, first quarter versus second quarter, have we seen a drop-off? What are you seeing from both teams in terms of totals?
In terms of totals, I mean, yeah, the 135 rushing yards for Gila River has been very dominant. If we wanted to take a look at the passing total for Gila River, they went 6 of 12 for just 87 yards, which is very good, but at the 87 yards have all came from that first quarter. So Gila River has really got to begin to pick that up again, because that's how they were efficiently moving the ball in that first quarter. As for Maricopa, they didn't throw the ball. Excuse me, my apologies. They had 2 completions in that first quarter. On 2 pass attempts. You could take a look at their quarterback, number 16, Will Howell, going ahead and playing very efficient ball as well. 9 of 12 on the day so far. An interception, which is an unfortunate mark right there. And let me go ahead and scroll it down here real quickly for 56 yards. So you would prefer him to continue to drive down the field a little bit more with the amount of completions that he's getting.
Has Jonah Brewster been a difference maker in the few series that he's been in? I mean, has it been noticeable in terms of the offensive production from what you can tell?
I mean, the 64 yards in that second quarter by Brewster, that's a humongous chunk play. If I went ahead and looked at the first quarter stats in terms of the rushing departments, the most that somebody had was a 20-yard rush. So him getting that 63-yard rushing attempt early in that second quarter really put them in a position to score the ball. They got into the red zone, and it ended up in a good rushing touchdown for Gila River.
I'm going to throw another question out at you. From when Brewster was in the game for Gila River, okay, Keltner being the starting quarterback, Keltner coming back in, what was production like after Brewster was in the game with Keltner?
So after Brewster was in the game, can you one more time?
The question is, after Brewster left the game,
after he left the game,
how was Keltner's production then? How was the production for the Gila River offense?
Yeah, he didn't have a rushing attempt, which is a little bit different. I think that's the reason why they like that 2-quarterback system. They like somebody that can throw the ball, and then another that's just a physical running quarterback. But Keltner was 0 for 2 on his passing completions. They ended up 0 for 3 in totality in their in the passing department. So them not being able to efficiently run the ball after the fact, and them not being able to get a completion and continue to drive the ball downfield has limited this team so far.
Doug, your opinion on adjustments made by Maricopa throughout this first half, you know, maybe getting the feeling of the pulse of the game, how the flow, and then whatever adjustments, your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, Coach Madowski talked about Will Howell taking over at quarterback, and I think you could tell the first quarter he was kind of getting used to the team, getting in a rhythm. In that second quarter, they really started to hit stride. He was able to hit his receivers in space, got the ball to Kevon Clark in space, allowing him to make some plays, and then Howell using his legs as well to get productive movement down the field and really turning their offense around, and the defense coming up with some big stops. Obviously, the changing at quarterback for the Hawks had something to do with that as well. But regardless, the Mustangs defense stepping up and bringing this game tied now.
Should make for a second half, guys. I got to say, I mean, this has been that and much more. I mean, did we see a tie? No, I did not see a tie. I honestly predicted one way or the other that somebody would have been leading at this point, and possibly in a big way, or somebody would have been scoreless, and the other team with some offensive production. So that being said, we sit at a tie. It is 14-14. Gila River Hawks hosting the Maricopa Mustangs tonight. It is halftime. Vince DeLisio joined by Douglas Santo, Ian Monhay on stats, and Julia Coyne on the sideline. Folks, enjoy halftime. We will be right back with second half action.
The Angry Crab Shack in Tempe, with an experience so good it remains indescribable, with something for every seafood lover. Try one of their amazing custom seafood boils, sandwiches, appetizers, and salads. Angry Crab Shack Tempe is located east of I-10 on Warner Road, 480-674-3847. The Angry Crab Shack in Tempe. Come ready to eat.
My name's Olivia Prickett reporting to you from Arizona for the Varsity Sports Show, and I will be providing you with what to expect from ASU versus U of A women's volleyball on Wednesday. The Sun Devils have an action-packed October ahead of them, playing a total of 9 games. 2 of these games will be against their rivals, the Arizona Wildcats, and their first face-off will be on Wednesday, October 9th. As of October 1st, Arizona State has an overall record of 12 wins and 2 losses. They are also undefeated at home. Their win against number 22 ranked TCU was their 5th sweep in a row and the first win over a ranked team. The Devils are fired up and definitely know how to make a statement early on in the season. Racking up a total of 643 kills this season with an average of 14 kills per set and 682 digs, the Devils are strong in both their offensive and defensive performance. The Arizona Wildcats had an extremely successful preseason, dominating in every game up until they reached conference. This puts their record at 11 wins and 2 losses as of October 1st. The Wildcats were in Texas the same week as the Sun Devils, facing the same opponents, TCU and Baylor. They put up a good fight against Baylor, taking the third set that started with a comfortable 10-0 lead to force a fourth, where they fell just short of 8 points in the final set. On Friday, September 27th, the Wildcats were unable to gain momentum against TCU, getting swept in 3 sets. This added another loss to their conference record. With a total of 616 kills and 651 digs so far this season, the Wildcats know how to keep the ball off the ground on defense. Both the Sun Devils and the Wildcats have a comparable advantage going into Wednesday night's game, but it's truly down to who wants it more. For the Varsity Sports Show, I'm Olivia Prickett.
Hi, this is Jameer Johnson reporting with the Varsity Sports Show from Indianapolis, Indiana. I am an Arizona State University online student and working remotely. Although today we are going to preview the top high school football games that are going on this week. The number 3 ranked Warren Central Warriors will host a rivalry game against the number 13 ranked Carmel Greyhounds. This rivalry dates back to 1959, and Carmel leads and wins throughout history in this rivalry. This game will be a home game for Warren Central as they prepare to continue an undefeated season with a 6-0 record, while the Carmel Greyhound attempts to change their 3-3 record to 4-3. Also, in Indiana, there will be a matchup between the number 2 ranked Westfield Shamrocks versus the number 11 ranked Fishers Tigers. Fishers will be hosting the game at their field. Although their record is 4-2, the Fishers Tigers are 3-0 for their away games and 1-2 for their home games. The Fishers Tigers are averaging 203.8 passing and receiving yards per game. However, the Westfield Shamrocks are unfortunately coming into this game with a loss, but hope to continue a winning season by winning this game, which will make their record 6-1 if they are able to do so. Then we have the number 1 ranked high school football team in Indiana, the Brownsburg Bulldogs, who will play the Noblesville Millers. The Noblesville Millers are averaging 282.5 rushing yards per game, but the Bulldogs will have the momentum because they will be hosting this game and they will attempt to further their 6-0 record with another win. This has been Jameer Johnson with the Varsity Sports Show reporting from Indianapolis. See ya.
This is Jesse Davis from the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication at Arizona State University, reporting for the Varsity Sports Show. The Arizona Cardinals are looking to earn their second win of the season this Sunday on the road, taking on the San Francisco 49ers. The Cardinals find themselves in a bit of a hole to start the season, coming off back-to-back losses to the Lions and Commanders. Things don't get any easier for Arizona traveling to the Bay Area to face a talented 49ers team led by Brock Purdy and Fred Warner. One thing the Cardinals have going for them is the connection between quarterback Kyler Murray and rookie standout wide receiver Marvin Harrison Jr. So far, the pair have connected for 15 receptions, totaling 243 yards and 4 touchdowns. A big key for Arizona is going to be getting off to a fast start. The Cardinals have to be able to gain some momentum early and score to take the crowd out of the game at Levi's Stadium. James Conner is going to be another huge factor for the Cardinals as they need to get him going and involved. Conner thus far through 4 games has 2 games over 100 yards and 2 games with 50 yards or less on the ground. The Cardinals need a big game from Conner, who will try to take some of the pressure off of Kyler Murray, who will have Nick Bosa and company to deal with. The 49ers are at their best when their defense is creating turnovers and scoring points. We saw that last week against the Patriots, where Fred Warner picked off Jacoby Brissett and ran it back 45 yards for a touchdown. The Cardinals' offensive line has to be able to protect Kyler Murray and give him enough time to find his receivers open down the field. With kickoff set for 4:05 p.m. Eastern, it will no doubt be a classic NFC West tilt between the Cardinals and 49ers. From the Varsity Sports Show, I'm Jesse Davis.
So this year, the Huskies are going to be hosting the game while Canyon View goes there. They both had a really big win on the previous games, and they both think that they're going to win this year on the game. Huskies had 42-0, and they have a 79.3% chance of winning. But I guess we'll see what happens that night. Thank you so much. This is Kaylee Sumner signing off with Varsity.
Good evening and good afternoon, everybody. My name is Sabir Shahid, and I'll be giving your halftime report from Temple University right here in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. This past weekend, the Eagles had an upset loss against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. With the 2 of the Eagles, A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith out, the Eagles had took a devastating blow with the passing game, and it shows during the game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Despite without the wide receivers, the strong wide receivers that they have, Jalen Hurts has scored a touchdown, which was a 20-yard touchdown, to give the Eagles a little bit of confidence that they can come back and finish this game. Also, there was a surprising star in number 80, Paris Campbell, who scored another touchdown, which was a 17-yard touchdown, which they try to give the Eagles something so we can win this game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But unfortunately, they have lost. As they enter this upcoming week, they are entering a bye week. So now this means that the Eagles can have time to recuperate, and all of the Eagles players who are injured can come back stronger than ever. A.J. Brown is still out due to a hamstring injury, and Devontae Smith is also still out due to concussional reasons. Now, this will be a good time for them to come back because the following week they're playing Deshaun Watson and the Cleveland Browns. So this will be a good time for them to rest, to heal up, and face the Cleveland Browns. This will be on October 13th. That's all for today. My name is Sabir Shahid, and I'll see you guys next time. Everybody be safe and have a good night.
Hi everybody, I'm Raymundo Chavez from the University of Arizona, and you're watching the Varsity Sports Show. So today we're going to be talking about Arizona's conference home opener against Texas Tech. Arizona is obviously coming off a huge win, being able to upset number 10 Utah in Salt Lake City. A big part of that whole game was that Dino Babers, the offensive coordinator, was actually not calling the game, and the responsibilities had been passed off to Matt Atkins. So the Arizona offense did look a bit different. It seemed a bit more balanced, being able to not only run the ball, but also have those deep shots set up. And with those deep shots being set up, having space to be able to run medium level and short level passes that were then able to take yards after the catch into big consideration for the Wildcats. On the other side of it is Texas Tech coming in, boasting a huge run game, which I don't think is usually the Texas Tech's kind of MO. So it's going to be interesting to see. Texas Tech comes into this game 4-1, only losing to Washington State and beating Arizona State and Cincinnati. In the Arizona State game, they did have more than 100 yards, and in that Cincinnati game had more than 200 yards. So that's going to be a heavy part of their offense, which could cause problems for Arizona. Utah was able to find success with that style of offense. Another thing this matchup always reminds me of too is kind of the song Big Iron by Marty Robbins. So, obviously being a little biased, hopefully that Arizona Ranger is able to take down Texas Red again. Thank you again for listening. My name's Raimundo Chavez from the University of Arizona, and you're watching the Varsity Sports Show.
The Angry Crab Shack in Tempe, with an experience so good it remains indescribable, with something for every seafood lover. Try one of their amazing custom seafood boils, sandwiches, appetizers, and salads. Angry Crab Shack Tempe is located east of I-10 on Warner Road, 480-674-3847. The Angry Crab Shack in Tempe. Come ready to eat.
My name's Olivia Prickett, reporting to you from Arizona for the Varsity Sports Show, and I will be providing you with what to expect from ASU versus U of A women's volleyball on Wednesday. The Sun Devils have an action-packed October ahead of them, playing a total of 9 games. 2 of these games will be against their rivals, the Arizona Wildcats, and their first face-off will be on Wednesday, October 9th. As of October 1st, Arizona State has an overall record of 12 wins and 2 losses. They are also undefeated at home. Their win against number 22 ranked TCU was their 5th sweep in a row and the first win over a ranked team. The Devils are fired up and definitely know how to make a statement early on in the season. Racking up a total of 643 kills this season with an average of 14 kills per set and 682 digs, the Devils are strong in both their offensive and defensive performance. The Arizona Wildcats had an extremely successful preseason, dominating in every game up until they reached conference. This puts their record at 11 wins and 2 losses as of October 1st. The Wildcats were in Texas the same week as the Sun Devils, facing the same opponents, TCU and Baylor. They put up a good fight against Baylor, taking the third set that started with a comfortable 10-0 lead to force a fourth, where they fell just short of 8 points in the final set. On Friday, September 27th, the Wildcats were unable to gain momentum against TCU, getting swept in 3 sets. This added another loss to their conference record. With a total of 616 kills and 651 digs so far this season, the Wildcats know how to keep the ball off the ground on defense. Both the Sun Devils and the Wildcats have a comparable advantage going into Wednesday night's game, but it's truly down to who wants it more. For the Varsity Sports Show, I'm Olivia Prickett.
Hi, this is Jameer Johnson reporting with the Varsity Sports Show from Indianapolis, Indiana. I am an Arizona State University online student and working remotely. Although today we are going to preview the top high school football games that are going on this week. The number 3 ranked Warren Central Warriors will host a rivalry game against the number 13 ranked Carmel Greyhounds. This rivalry dates back to 1959, and Carmel leads and wins throughout history in this rivalry. This game will be a home game for Warren Central as they prepare to continue an undefeated season with a 6-0 record, while the Carmel Greyhound attempts to change their 3-3 record to 4-3. Also, in Indiana, there will be a matchup between the number 2 ranked Westfield Shamrocks versus the number 11 ranked Fishers Tigers. Fishers will be hosting the game at their field. Although their record is 4-2, the Fishers Tigers are 3-0 for their away games and 1-2 for their home games. The Fishers Tigers are averaging 203.8 passing and receiving yards per game. However, the Westfield Shamrocks are unfortunately coming into this game with a loss, but hope to continue a winning season by winning this game, which will make their record 6-1 if they are able to do so. Then we have the #1 ranked high school football team in Indiana, the Brownsburg Bulldogs, who will play the Noblesville Millers. The Noblesville Millers are averaging 282.5 rushing yards per game, but the Bulldogs will have the momentum because they will be hosting this game and they will attempt to further their 6-0 record with another win. This has been Jameer Johnson with the Varsity Sports Show reporting from Indianapolis. See ya.
Really close game. Like I said earlier, tensions are high. The Maricopa Mustangs are not used to this, and the Gila Riverhawks have really put up a good fight, especially in the first quarter, but the Mustangs offense did really well in the second half. Back up to you guys.
Thanks, Julia. And, you know, there's just so many things have been up in the air tonight. I mean, we're seeing some and
on the field.
Official timeout for injury, and we will await as the trainer heads out to check on the Gila River Hawk player along with Coach Larry Kane. And both teams are situated in their respective sidelines. The Hawk defense coming off the field to meet with their defensive coordinator. Player is up, and the injured player, Antoine Simpson, who we featured on the coaches show just this past week out at Angry Crab Shack. Very great story out of Buffalo, New York. Came to Arizona much younger age, but graduated from Basha High School and still keeps his allegiance to the Buffalo Bills.
It's funny, I was looking at Antoine Simpson earlier today, and I was looking at where his hometown was, and I was actually born in Buffalo.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I thought that was cool, and I still, the Bills are not my first NFL team, but I have still feel affiliation to them, and obviously Bills Mafia is quite the fun fan base.
Yeah, well, with a name like Bills Mafia, they sound like a fun bunch. 14-19, and clock continues to run here in the third quarter. Will Howell, the quarterback, shotgun formation, trip set for Maricopa. Clark in the backfield. Howell back to pass. Howell sprints to his right, tucks and runs. Tackled on the play, wrapped up by Jared Williams. I am just amazed with the number of two-way players in this game and doing a great job at that.
Yeah, talk about it. Jared Williams, that's got to be his at least third tackle tonight and probably his second tackle for a loss. Maybe only a couple inches of a loss, but a loss regardless there. But you talk about Dada Anderson, Jared Williams, Jaquan Lamb, all three of them have been playing two ways tonight and making an impact.
Which just goes to show the best 11 will play. So empty set now for the Mustangs. Clark lined up in a wing. 5 receivers. Second down. Howell completes, finds Clark. Clark heads up the sideline before finally being pushed out of bounds by Williams. And looks to be a gain of 6.
And Williams ran over the defender there. Was able to push him out of bounds, but big hit regardless. And another nice positive gain there, getting the ball in playmaker's hands, and Clark sets up a 3rd and medium here. A big 3rd down on both sides. The Hawks, you've got a chance to potentially get off the field or force a long field goal. And for Maricopa, first big 3rd down of the second half as you're trying to get points on the board and take your first lead of the game.
3rd and 5 for the Mustangs. 2-by-2 set, 4 receivers out wide. Clark in the backfield offset. And as we await the snap, Howell back to pass. Howell evading defenders on the screen, finds Clark. Clark, who's brought down immediately. Heady play by the Hawk defense. Kaneen Neal. And a flag. Now as the officials sort this out.
It looked like that was another personal foul, unnecessary roughness after the play. It'll just be determining who it was on.
Okay, well, we'll send it down to the lead official as soon as he confirms who the offender is here and what exactly the penalty. And another flag comes in.
And here's another flag on the play.
It's like an episode of Oprah here. Another gift and another. All right. Here we go. The officials back huddled together. Jared Williams trying to plead his case down there as well. And the official, the side judge known affectionately as George. That's truly his name, though. That's actually his name. He said, "My name's George." He's our liaison on the sideline for the TV timeouts. Doing a great job, by the way. So, all right, here we go.
We have multiple penalties on the play. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 58, taunting. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 7, language, offense. Those penalties will offset. Result is still 3rd down.
Well, hats off to the officials for trying to keep control of this game. So you have taunting on one side, you have language on the other side.
Yeah, and we saw that second penalty come out as the officials were discussing what that penalty was, which leads you to think that that was not initially a penalty on the play. So Maricopa would have gotten an automatic 1st down because of that personal foul penalty. And them...
That is correction. The penalty for unsportsmanlike conduct was number 77 on the offense.
Okay, so that goes against the Mustangs. So they would have actually, if they just not done anything in retaliation, they would have ended up with an automatic 1st down there. Instead, looks like we're staring at 3rd and 12 for the Mustangs. Goodness.
Which I believe it was 3rd down on the previous play.
So, okay, well, now the officials are preparing to talk about it again. And should be 4th down. They changed the stick, and
4th down.
4th and long. So looks like the Mustangs are going for it on 4th down. Howell, the quarterback, out on the field. New running back in the game, and Howell looks, throws, completes all alone on the sideline is Terrence Hall. Goodness. Wide open and gets the 1st down, gets out of bounds, stops the clock at 11:09.
Yeah, I'm not sure if there was miscommunication there or what, because it looked like the safety, Jaquan Lamb, was kind of giving the receiver a bit of a cushion there, and the linebacker didn't really follow the route out there as Lamb's talking to the corner there to see what that miscommunication was as the receiver became wide open, and a really big 1st down there on 4th and 12, a play you would hope as the Hawks would be able to get off the field.
Howell's high school teammate in the backfield with him, number 24, Stephen Minabe, out of Marana Mountain View. And Minabe, much bigger player than Clark. Howell sprints to his right, throws, nearly intercepted, pass is incomplete. 10 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Score tied at 14. Gila River Hawks and the Maricopa Mustangs.
Yeah, big number 64 in the middle there seemed to plunge right through the Maricopa offensive line, got pressure on the quarterback Howell right away, but Howell was able to escape that, get out on the run, but then threw it into traffic, and as you said, almost intercepted, but goes incomplete. He gets a second chance here on second down.
Big thank you to our game sponsors for the evening. Angry Crab Shack in Tempe, APAC Air Conditioning and Supplies, and Angel Dentistry. Big thank you. Big thank you to all the support from friends of the HJCAC, of which we are naming throughout this game broadcast. Howell back to pass. Howell goes over the top, into the corner, and in and out of the hands of the intended target. Beautifully thrown football, though, Doug.
Yeah, I was watching the defensive back on that play. Number 26, Gabriel Allen Jr. It looked like when Howell released that ball, he thought he had it in his sights, but it quickly got over his head, and as you said, he dropped it in the breadbasket in the corner of the end zone there, but a little too far for the receiver, in and out of his hands, and brings up another pivotal third down here on the Mustangs' first possession of the second half.
And the ball situated on the Hawk 15-yard line on 3rd and 10. 10:23 remaining in the third quarter. The Mustangs breaking the huddle. Kevon Clark back in the game in the backfield for Maricopa. Quarterback Will Howell, 4 receivers split out wide. Howell back to pass. Scrambling, looks, throws into the middle, and it's intercepted. Antoine Simpson, who left the game earlier with what was apparently an injury, checks back in and makes a play, and we've got a flag. We'll find out the call.
For 64.
We'll see what the call is here. Goodness.
Got a personal foul, roughing the passer. Defense, number 64, will be half the distance to the goal. Result, first down.
Oh, boy. Okay, so, wow.
On a night of plenty of after-the-play unnecessary roughness, unsportsmanlike conduct penalties, that's one that you just cannot have for the Hawks. You've got the interception, you've got the stop on third down, and you hit the quarterback late, and now it resets the play for Maricopa, and the Mustangs now have it inside the 10-yard line, first and goal.
We can't diminish the play, in particular by Antoine Simpson on that amazing interception, but it gets negated on a penalty. And the Mustangs will have it first and goal from the 6. Howell hands off to Clark. Kevon Clark scrambles, weaves his way around, finally settling out of bounds right about the 3-yard line. Goodness.
Nice run there, hopping around a couple defenders, able to pick up a few yards there on first down to get a little bit closer for second down here.
Wow. Tough situation. Would have clearly ended one drive, started another, and now we've got the Maricopa Mustangs in scoring position from the 3 on second down. Will Howell, Kevon Clark, Terrence Hall lined up inside slot, and 13 Jacob Dominguez out wide. Sprinting out to his left, Howell. Howell looks to throw, does, completes the pass into the end zone for the Mustang touchdown. Goes number 8, Gage Galbraith, the tight end.
Nice job by Howell. Holding on the football, rolling out, waiting for his tight end to leak out from blocking in the backfield and catching that touchdown pass.
And the penalty. Likely excessive celebration. We'll see, get word from the official. Goodness. Night of some crazy plays, huh?
Absolutely. As you said, you would imagine this penalty came after the play. So I feel like we've had a lot of those tonight.
As we await the officials. So here comes the referee. And folks, want to point out tonight, this is the only game going on aside from one other.
We have offsetting penalties.
Okay.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 2, language. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 11, defense, also language. Those penalties will offset, and the result is touchdown.
So, again, should be noted, tonight's game, it's obviously completely free, whether you're catching it on the live stream or on AM 1060 KDUS Arizona, courtesy of our sponsors, our partners. Thank you so much. There is one other game out at Arizona Christian, and our best to the Firestorm. Good people out there. Here we go. Cesar Rodriguez to attempt the extra point. Kick is up, and it's good. And now the Maricopa Mustangs lead the Gila River Hawks 21-14 with 9 minutes and 10 seconds remaining. And here comes another flag. And it's taunting, celebrating, language. We'll see what it is this time. We'll find out. As the officials talk it over. While we're waiting, it looks like he's ready to start talking here. So let's go to the official.
Okay.
Maybe not. Nope. He walks a little bit and then he turns our way. He's very good of a referee, by the way. Okay, so the teams appear to be lining up, getting ready to. Are we not going to have a call then? Was it the flag waved off? It looks like it may have been. So, okay. Well, all right.
We've seen it all tonight.
We have. We've definitely seen it all tonight as Rodriguez prepares, readies the kickoff. And, well, it looks like the yardage is being marched off here on the kickoff. So Maricopa will be kicking from the Hawk 45-yard line. So you talk about a shorter field. And this one, if it is his intent, this is going to likely sail into the end zone here for Cesar Rodriguez, the Maricopa kicker. And deep to receive for the Hawks, 21, Jaquan Lamb. Rodriguez's kick, booming kick, will go into the end zone, and as expected, we'll have the touchback, and the Hawks will have it 1st and 10. 9 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Doug, thoughts?
I mean, if you're the Hawks, you need to get something going on offense here. A big play in the end zone there, as we talked about. Antoine Simpson coming up with the interception, but it being negated by the roughing the passer. Maricopa grabs their first lead of the game, and now the Hawks need to get something going. We'll have Brewster out there at quarterback as Keltner has his pads off for this game, or hurt on the sideline. But we'll see if Brewster can get his legs going, get that run game going, and see if they try and open up the passing game with some short passes for Brewster, not trying to overwhelm him with the play calling.
1st and 10 for the Hawks. And quarterback in the ball game, Jonah Brewster. Nick Norman on the carry. Norman redirects right away. Open field, continues on his track, and finally pulled out of bounds at midfield by number 6, Javon Thompson. 1st down, Hawks.
It's exactly what you wanted if you were a Hawks fan there. Larry Kane having his offense coming out with Norman Jr. starting off the drive with a massive run. One of those explosive plays that are so common in football these days, as plays that determine the outcome of games. If you can have explosive plays, the likelihood of you winning shoots up.
The 34-yard run for Nick Norman, and the Hawks have it 1st and 10 on the Mustang 46-yard line. Brewster, split backs in the backfield for the Hawks. Brewster back to pass. Brewster delivers a pass, overthrows Harvey on the sideline, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
And those are the simple passes that Brewster's going to have to hit in this half if the Hawks want to come back and win this game. That was a simple 8-yard stick route where his receiver, Harvey, was standing there ready for the ball, nobody around him, and overshoots him a bit, and that ball goes incomplete. We'll see if Brewster can work on that accuracy throughout the second half.
2nd and 10. Hawks. Jonah Brewster joined in the backfield by Nick Norman and number 3, Jared Williams. Receivers lined up wide for the Hawks. And Williams with the call this time, sprinting to his left around the corner, gets the first down and then some before being upended by number 11, Stanford. 1st and 10, Hawks.
Another strong outside run by Hawks running back. First it was Norman, now it's Williams. And on those outside zones, you see the receivers. You see Isaac Robles, Chris Harvey, Anthony Jackson. You see them blocking out on the perimeter, and that's what makes those runs so successful, is having receivers that can not only catch the ball, but can be blocking downfield and have success with it.
1st and 10. Gila River. Ball on the 29-yard line of Maricopa. And this formula, this set, this formation is working for them. Split backs in the backfield. Brewster back to pass. Brewster steps, throws over the top. A lofty toss ends up beyond the outstretched arms of Isaac Robles.
Yeah, and Robles had a step on his receiver. It would have had to be a really strong throw to him, and Brewster just overshoots him. But those are the plays that they didn't connect on, but they're going to need to continue to try to open up the field, take those deep shots, make the Mustangs know that they're a threat to go deep so that they can't just stack the box against this run game.
2nd and 10 for the Hawks. 7:18 remaining in the third quarter. Mustangs lead the Hawks 21-14. Hawks driving. Ball on the Mustang 29-yard line. Brewster. Here come the Mustangs. Brewster sprints out to his right. That's run all the way, folks. Gains 2 yards on the play. And someone went a-flying along the perimeter. Yep, there's the flag. Here we go. So, once again, officials doing a good job keeping somewhat of control of this game tonight. And 7:07 remaining in the quarter. We will break to the official as soon as it appears he is ready to speak. Coach Larry Kane beside himself right now, trying to get things handled within his own team. Here we go.
Yeah. Personal foul, defense, number 36. That's going to give us half the distance, right? Result, it's a first down.
That hurts. So, Mustangs paying the price right now.
Yeah, and we saw the big unnecessary roughness penalty, the roughing the passer on the opposite side of the field. Now, after the play, unnecessary roughness, and once again, setting the Hawks up now with a first down.
1st and 10, Gila River. Ball on the 14-yard line. As Brewster sprints to his left, evading defenders, loses the football. Ball's on the ground. Who's got it? Who's got it? The Mustangs. Mustangs with the fumble recovery.
Mustangs recover. And that'll give them the ball first.
Wow. Doug, talk about a turn of events tonight.
If there's one way to erase a stupid penalty, it's by getting a defensive turnover on the next play. And I believe it was Anthony Ruiz, the guy we've been talking about all night on that defense for the Mustangs, who came up with the football. Jonah Brewster trying to escape trouble there. but wasn't able to protect the ball. Got sacked on the way to the ball, on the way to the ground. The ball popping out, and Anthony Ruiz popping on it for the Mustangs. And now, with a 7-point lead, they've got a chance to add on to that lead.
We're going to send it down to the sideline with our very own Julia Coyne. Julia, take it away.
You know, the Hawks are really putting up a good fight. It's just been a struggle all game with the turnovers both ways on both teams. It's really been tough for them. I mean, in the end zone turnover, it's been really tough, like I said. But hopefully the Hawks can turn it around right here, and same for the Mustangs, and see what can happen. Back to you guys.
Timeout Mustangs.
Thanks, Julia. Wow. So the Mustangs call a timeout here with 6:49 remaining in the third quarter. And amazing turn of events tonight. The Hawks, they're playing. They've had opportunities, and it's been a series of misfortunes, and yet they are still in this game.
Yeah, they are, and against a team like Maricopa, a team that is undefeated, they really haven't even been faced with adversity against any team this season. Against a team of that caliber, you have to capitalize on their mistakes, and you can't make mistakes on your end. And the interception taken back, and then getting the first down inside the red zone, the Hawks just now, and then fumbling it. You just can't have those mistakes in a game like this, and now the Hawks defense is set up needing to make another big stop here.
New quarterback in the game, Cooper King for the Maricopa Mustangs, and Minabe in the backfield as well. King sprints out to his left. King looks to throw, does the southpaw over the top, overthrows the intended target. It appeared to be number 12, Mateen Strong.
Yeah, and King rolling out to the left side there. As you said, the southpaw just overshooting his receiver downfield. The receiver had a step, but that's a tough throw to make on the run.
Oh, goodness, isn't it? And Cooper King in his second year, we've seen a lot of Cooper over the last couple of years out of Sandra Day O'Connor High School, a Valley native. 2nd and 10, King. Receiver split out wide for the Mustangs. Rovell Smith and Mateen Strong on either side. King, the give. Gives to Minabe. Minabe building up a head of steam. Finally tackled. Looks to be about a 7-yard gain for Stephen Minabe.
Yeah, Minabe finding the hole there. And getting a solid 2nd down gain to turn a 2nd and 10 into a 3rd and short here, where Maricopa, really the playbook is wide open here. They can do a short screen pass if they'd like. They can run some crossers over the middle, or they can just turn around and hand it off to their reliable running back.
And on 3rd down, Cooper King back, and the give to Minabe along the left side this time. Breaks through the line of scrimmage, has enough for the 1st down. And at 5 minutes and 41 seconds, we will look to get a stoppage in play here. After this play, and it'll be 1st and 10 Mustangs. King back to pass. King scans the field, sprints to his left, looks, wants to throw, can't, and gets out of bounds at 5:02. And with that, we are going to take, clock continues to move, and we okay, well, all right, on 2nd and 8, 4:27. And with that, we've got a penalty. We'll hear from the official.
Prior to the snap, false start. Offense, number 65. 5-yard penalty, still second down.
Okay, and with that, we're going to take a timeout with 4:21 remaining. Mustangs lead 21-14. We'll be right back.
Hi, this is Jameer Johnson reporting with the Varsity Sports Show from Indianapolis, Indiana. I am an Arizona State University online student and working remotely. Although today we are going to preview the top high school football games that are going on this week. The number 3 ranked Warren Central Warriors will host a rivalry game against the number 13 ranked Carmel Greyhounds. This rivalry dates back to 1959, and Carmel leads and wins throughout history in this rivalry. This game will be a home game for Warren Central as they prepare to continue an undefeated season with a 6-0 record, while the Carmel Greyhound attempts to change their 3-3 record to 4-3. Also, in Indiana, there will be a matchup between the number 2 ranked Westfield Shamrocks versus the number 11 ranked Fishers Tigers. Fishers will be hosting the game at their field. Although their record is 4-2, the Fishers Tigers are 3-0 for their away games and 1-2 for their home games. The Fishers Tigers are averaging 203.8 passing and receiving yards per game. However, the Westfield Shamrocks are unfortunately coming into this game with a loss, but hope to continue a winning season by winning this game, which will make their record 6-1 if they are able to do so. Then we have the number 1 ranked high school football team in Indiana, the Brownsburg Bulldogs, who will play the Noblesville Millers. The Noblesville Millers are averaging 282.5 rushing yards per game, but the Bulldogs will have the momentum because they will be hosting this game and they will attempt to further their
HJCAC Game of the Week here on KDUS AM 1060 Arizona. Vince DeLisio and back to pass. Cooper King for the Maricopa Mustangs keeps, runs, gets the first down, and steps out of bounds with 4 minutes and 13 seconds remaining in the third quarter with a 7-point lead. The Mustangs lead the Hawks 21-14 after the 15-yard run by quarterback Cooper King.
Yeah, nice fake there in the backfield. And then Cooper King finding the hole in the defense there at the line of scrimmage, shooting through it, getting a first down on the play. And Cooper King's brought a little bit of a spark to the offense here in this third quarter. And now Maricopa with the 7-point lead, clock running down in the third quarter, doing a nice job of trying to run this clock down, methodically move down the field and add on to this lead that they've built.
King brings his offense up, lines everyone up, and Minabe loses the snap. The errant snap came in high. King may not have been expecting it. And clock continues to move with 3 minutes and 15 seconds remaining.
Yeah, and with that fumble or the errored snap that King had to jump on, the loss on the play, this is the Hawks' chance now on defense. You've got them behind the chains, 2nd and 16. This is your chance to force the 3rd and long and get off the field, get your offense the ball back. Still down just 7 points with an opportunity to go try and tie this game.
King. And stay tuned, folks. Clock is showing 2 minutes and 40 seconds. King on the boot, and the ball in and out of the hands of the intended target, and tight end number 8, Gage Galbraith.
Yeah, and looked like Galbraith may have tried to look upfield before he secured that catch. Wasn't able to come down with it as Jared Williams was eyeing him on the way to make the tackle, but Galbraith unable to hang on. And now the Hawks have their chance. 3rd and long. Here's their chance to get off the field and get their offense the ball back.
3rd and 16 for the Mustangs. 2 minutes and 37 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Clinging to a 7-point lead, 21-14 over the Gila River Hawks. Quarterback Cooper King. Receivers split out wide. Stephen Minabe in the backfield. King back to pass. King sprints to his left, searches, throws, goes over the top, and pass is incomplete.
Fourth down.
Goodness.
Looked like that was just through the receiver's hands. It looked like King put it where he needed to put it, but just through the hands of the receiver. Couldn't tell if it was just outside of his outstretched arms or if it went through his hands, but the incompletion in the end zone, and the Hawks should be able to get off the field now.
We've got a flag down. We'll find out what the call is here as the officials are huddled, and now lead official making his way in our direction.
After the play, personal foul, offense, number 74. We have 5-yard or 15-yard penalty and 4th down.
Goodness, the personal foul. I got to imagine film session tomorrow morning is not going to be fun.
Yeah, I feel like we've had a lot of personal foul, unnecessary roughness, unsportsmanlike conduct, those discipline penalties on the Mustangs tonight. And from our pregame interaction with Coach Madosky, I get the feeling he's a no-nonsense guy. Now, I would imagine these penalties are not making him happy.
No. Yeah, Coach Madosky is very, very serious, takes all of this very seriously when it comes to discipline and maintaining composure. Bit of a high snap on the punt, finally getting off, and we'll take a Mustang bounce. The Hawk player tries to field the return. I did not understand. It looked like it was just going to get downed, but anyway, Lamb comes up, tries to advance, gains a yard on the return, and the Hawks will have it 1st and 10 on their own 40-yard line. 2 minutes and 17 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Stay tuned, folks. When we end the quarter here, we're going to transition over to our very own Ian Monhay, the guru of all things statistics tonight, and he'll give us another report, and we can probably draw some predictions based off of what we've seen the past quarter of play. Hawks will have it 1st and 10. Quarterback Jonah Brewster and Nick Norman in the backfield. Trip set for Gila River. Mustangs showing edge blitz. Ruiz and Norman with the carry. Norman skirts his way to the outside and finally tackled, brought down on the play by number 20, Xavier Smith.
Yeah, and you mentioned the blitz coming off the edge. Norman was able to slip through that hole just in time to get away from those blitzers, then bounce that outside and get upfield for a nice, solid 8-yard positive gain on 1st down.
I'll say. And clock continues to move. 1 minute and 40 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Jared Williams, Nick Norman in the backfield. Jonah Brewster, the quarterback. Williams with the call this time. Stutter steps to the outside, gets the 1st down and then some. Stopped on the play, on the corner. Looking for a jersey number. And looks like 36 was in on the stop for Maricopa. Correction. It was, forgive me, folks, that was number 25. It was Penniman.
Yeah, and Penniman on the stop, but Jared Williams, another solid run, and the Hawks have really developed a solid 1-2 punch with Norman Jr. and Williams out there at the running back position, switching off between the two, a little bit of change of style, running backs, one with speed, one with power, moving the ball down the field.
1st and 10, Hawks. Split backs in the backfield. Brewster back to pass. Brewster goes over the top to the lone receiver. And no flags on the play. The intended target, Anthony Jackson. Nope, there is a flag. Forgive me. In another part of the field. We'll see what the call is here shortly. And
I've got to think that's going to be pass interference.
From where it was thrown, you think? It looked to be a little lower. Nope, got waved off by the official. the fans going after the officials tonight. And Coach Kane expressing his displeasure at no pass interference call, but we shall see.
That was the second one we've seen where the ball was underthrown.
Yeah.
Jackson tries to come back to the ball, and the defender is draped all over him, preventing him from getting to the ball, but no flag.
You wonder. And again, hats off to these officials for allowing the kids to play, or these young men to play. But, yeah, little uncertain here as anyway. Jonah Brewster gets the play, comes back into the huddle, breaks the huddle. Defense of the Mustangs lined up ready to go.
With a 2nd and 10 here.
And
45-yard line, 44-yard line.
Brewster, 3 receivers lined up out wide, 2 backs in the backfield. The give to Norman. Norman tries to get out to the corner, being pulled down from behind by a host of Mustangs. And 25, once again, Penniman in on the stop.
Yeah, nice play by Penniman, along with Seth Goldberg out there. Really a rally of Mustang defenders bringing down Norman in the backfield, but they hit him about 5 yards deep, and Norman was able to keep those legs churning to make it as minimal loss as possible. But now this brings up a big 3rd down.
That'll take us to the end of the 3rd quarter, and with that, the Mustangs leading the Hawks 21-14. We're going to send it over to our very own Ian Monhay with some statistics. Ian, take it away.
Yes, Gila River, again, we continue to talk about the run game with this team. 6 carries for 68 yards in this quarter in particular, led by number 22, that will be Nicholas Norman, 3 carries for 41 yards. They're doing a very good job on that side of the ball, but unfortunately they still have yet to have a completion with their quarterback, Jonah Brewster, so they're going to have to find a way to get that, get the ball moving through the air.
Ian, in terms of the other side of the field, the Mustangs' productivity on offense.
From their end, 7 carries for 49 yards as a team, led by number 2, that will be Kayvon Clark, 2 carries for 18 yards. He also has himself a couple of catches as well, 2 for a total of 2 receiving yards. One of them was for a loss. That's why it is as small as it is, but only 4 completions on 10 attempts, and that's not the most efficient of passing through the air. And if they're going to want to remedy that loss, they're going to have to continue to run the ball efficiently, and they've shown that they could do that in the 3rd quarter.
And Ian, continuing with Maricopa, he talked about the passing game in this 3rd quarter, but Cooper King has also used his legs tonight. What has he been able to do on the ground in this 3rd quarter? Yeah,
in this 3rd quarter, it was only 2 carries, but for 17 yards, which is a very good chunk play, given that the quarterback, at least before this, that would have been number 16, Will Howell. He wasn't tasked of running a whole lot in that first half, so to see him go ahead and get some yards through the ground is a nice change of pace for this squad.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Ian. Nice work, and looking forward to hearing more as we wind the game down here, starting the 4th quarter, and the Gila River Hawks find themselves at a 7-point deficit to the Maricopa Mustangs. Mustangs lead 21-14, start of the 4th quarter. Hawks have it 3rd and 10 on the Mustang 45-yard line. Quarterback Jonah Brewster, single back in the backfield, trip set for Gila River. Brewster back to pass. Brewster drifts back, looks to throw, evading defenders, and finally pulled down near the line of scrimmage. The closing speed by this Maricopa defense, led by linebacker Seth Goldberg. My goodness.
Yeah, back-to-back plays there by Goldberg. As you said, showing off that speed and being able to get the quarterback down there. And Brewster was able to get back near the line of scrimmage, but Goldberg able to hold on, stay with it, and get the quarterback down there, get Brewster down. Now it brings up a long 4th down. And it looks like we may see our first Gila River Hawks punt of the night.
So punting, Trace Butler, and here in the second half, Butler and deep to receive for the Mustangs. Number 13, Jacob Dominguez. We've got a flag. Butler gets hit as he releases the ball. Goodness.
There were multiple pre-snap penalties there, but then we also had a late flag come out after Butler was drilled by one of the Maricopa defenders.
We have an illegal substitution offense. That'll be five-yard penalty. Still 4th down. There is no penalty for roughing the punter as the play didn't start.
Okay, well, 13:54 remaining in the football game. Mustangs lead the Hawks 21-14. And Butler back out to punt once again. Dominguez deep to receive for Maricopa. Ball right at midfield. As we await the snap, bit of a low snap. Butler gets a hand on it from Maricopa. Maricopa recovers, and the officials will settle who's got it, awaiting a signal. And officials talking about it down on the field. A little confusing here. We're awaiting confirmation that the Mustangs do indeed have possession of the football. And it appears so.
And the Mustangs did come up with that one.
Okay, so Mustangs will have it 1st and 10, ball inside their own 40-yard line, call it the 37. And quarterback for the Mustangs, Cooper King. Receivers split out wide. Minnaby in the backfield. Stephen Minnaby, the running back. King under center. King loses the snap. Minnaby picks it up and forges ahead. Might have gained 2 yards on the broken play.
Yeah, nice job there by Minnaby of
Officials timeout. Number 3 must come off for 1 play.
Okay, so Jared Williams coming off the field for Gila River. Not sure if he lost his helmet or what happened, but seems to be favoring his arm a little bit. Looks okay, though.
Interesting enough, Jared Williams comes off for this play, and his running back partner, Norman Jr., goes on to play some defense while he comes out.
There you go. This is definitely Iron Man football here. So, league doing a good job recruiting the absolute best players. And King with the football. And the give off to Clark. Kevon Clark rushes upfield, following his line, and finally finds a lane. Gets the 1st down off the nice gain. Looks to be about a 20-yard gain.
Yeah, and he really just followed his blockers there. Nice work by the offensive line to open up room for him and then follow his blockers downfield until the Hawks were able to rally around and bring him down.
Timeout. Mustangs.
Okay, well, we're going to keep it right here. And interesting. So, Doug, as you, again, this drive, we see Cooper King still in at quarterback for the Maricopa Mustangs. Nice variation in the backfield as King looks to try and spread the ball around a little bit, but he's always got his reliable running back in Kevon Clark. How do you see the drive continue to develop here with 12 minutes and 15 seconds remaining?
Yeah, I think the Mustangs are going to continue to try and keep the ball on the ground. Maybe some short intermediate passes, but trying to keep that clock running, keep it churning as we're into the 4th quarter now. You've got a lead. You're in plus territory now, into Hawks territory. So you want to continue to run the ball, methodically move down the field, and churn as much of this clock out as possible.
All right, as the teams come back out onto the field, The offense led by quarterback Cooper King. Maricopa Mustangs, his backfield mate, Kevon Clark. And some more confusion here.
Officials timeout.
Okay, another official's timeout. So they are getting someone else off the field here. Looks like 21, Jaquan Lamb of the Hawks. Not sure what's going on. It looks like he's walking to the wrong side of the field. And the looking to see what Lamb is leaving the stadium, so may have had a disagreement and opted to leave the game. Coach Kane having a bit of a disciplinary discussion with Lamb as Lamb is leaving the field, and officials want to restart the game here with 12 minutes and 15 seconds remaining. Interesting turn of events. As I was watching Lamb leave the field, I thought maybe he was confused because he was clearly walking to the Maricopa Mustangs sideline, but he was walking back. It looked like he was heading back to the locker room. So something obviously happened to force him to want to leave the ball game. So that being said, back to the game. Cooper King gives to Kevon Clark. Clark gets back to the line of scrimmage, brought down. Forward momentum may give him 1 yard. We'll see. But he stopped on the play by Jared Williams.
Yeah, nice play there by Jared Williams, stopping him for close to no gain and brings up a 2nd and 9 here. But this is a big set of downs here for the defense. You just saw one of your leaders go off the field. So now it's time for the rest of the guys to rally around each other and step up here and try to get their defense off the field and allow their offense to come back on the field, give them a chance to stay in this game, potentially try and tie the game.
Here we go. 11 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the ball game. Maricopa Mustangs on 2nd and 10. Clark in the backfield. Receiver split out wide. Terrence Hall is the inside slot receiver for Maricopa. He's been a go-to tonight. King heads to the other side of the field on the hitch route. And pass is completed as right on the sideline, short of the first down. We've got another flag thrown, and we'll see what the official comes back with on this one. 11:06 remaining.
Personal foul, face mask, defense number 26. 15 yards added to the end of the run, first down.
Goodness, well, the Hawks aren't doing themselves any favors now.
No, that's another penalty that you just cannot have. You had stopped the receiver short of the line to gain. You were going to bring up a pivotal 3rd and 1, and that face mask call gives them an automatic first down and brings them deeper into Hawks territory.
Folks, thanks again for tuning in to the HJCAC Football Game of the Week on KDUS AM 1060 Arizona. Vince Delicio, Doug Santo, bringing you all the action as well as the rest of the team. King, shotgun formation, trip set. King back to pass. Scrambles to his right. Searches, throws, and his intended receiver, Kevon Clark, falls down, so pass is incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 10.
Yeah, and as you said, the receiver fell down, but King threw that, and with the receiver falling down, Gabriel Allen nearly had a chance to intercept that pass, and he was frustrated with himself on the sideline there as the ball skipped just in front of him, but interception there would have been huge for the Hawks and getting back in this game.
Correction, 2nd and 10, and the clock stopped at 10:29 here in the 4th quarter. 4 receivers lined up out wide for the Mustangs. Cooper King back to pass. King Sprints to his left, scans the field, throws, finds his receiver near the end zone. And number 15, Jacoby Gilmore with the reception. Stopped on the play. Enrique Calzada in on the stop for the Hawks.
Yeah, nice job there by Jacoby Gilmore, finding the opening in the zone defense there, giving his quarterback a target to hit, and then King finding him on the run, finding him in the zone, hitting him inside the 10, and then Jacoby Gilmore making his way down inside the 5, moving through tacklers.
And now, 1st and goal, ball is on the 1-yard line for the Maricopa Mustangs. Cooper King sends his tight end in motion and gives to Clark, who walks into the end zone. Touchdown, Maricopa.
Yeah, his big hole opened up there for Clark as he was able to make his way into the end zone, and now the Mustangs have a 2-touchdown lead with under 10 minutes to go.
Great, efficient use of the clock by Maricopa in mixing up a little bit of pass and a lot of run as they drive down the field and punch it in. 9 minutes and 25 seconds remaining. Cesar Rodriguez, the kicker for the Mustangs. And the extra point attempt is up and good. And the Mustangs increase their lead 28-14 with 9:25 remaining.
And now with that touchdown to make it a 14-point lead, the Mustangs have now scored 28 unanswered points. Remember, the Hawks scored the first 14 points of the game, started off so hot in this game, and then the Maricopa Mustangs found their footing in the second quarter and have come all the way back and scored 28 unanswered points now to lead by 14 in this fourth quarter.
As both teams ready on the kickoff, the Mustangs want to pay some special acknowledgement to our amazing crew, led by technical director Luke Galindo. In the studio, we have Corey Walsh running the board for us at KDUS Studio, and the rest of our amazing team, Andrew Chambliss and Quentin Presley, our producers tonight, and our social media manager, Madison Kaler. We did our first TikTok tonight, so at halftime. So you guys have to go to TikTok. I didn't know that was a thing. Anyway, on the kickoff, Cesar Rodriguez sends it down. And on the return, getting fielded like a pinball machine, Chris Harvey finally settling near midfield, about the 43-yard line. And in on the stop, 32, Everardo Lopez. All right, so Gila River Hawks. Give us a breakdown. Your coach, Larry Kane, Doug.
I think you've got to start out with some quick passes for Jonah Brewster. He hasn't been too comfortable with throwing over the middle of the field, and they haven't been successful with downfield. But I don't think you have time to continue to run. I think you need to try some quick passes to get him in a rhythm here.
Jonah Brewster gives off to Nick Norman. Norman runs into a pile and might have gained one, gets driven back. Anthony Ruiz, among others, in on the stop for Maricopa.
Nice job by that Mustangs defensive line, stacking up and knocking Norman back.
You talk about what this league has produced. And first of all, you're bringing together a great group of coaches in each of the four teams in the HJCAC, led by the Dean of Junior College Coaches himself, Scottsdale Community College, all-time leading in win category in Coach Doug Medosky. And, of course, he will be that forever because Scottsdale Community College no longer fields a football team. So empty set. Jonah Brewster keeps on the carry, pushes through the line of scrimmage, and finally stopped for a gain of 7. Coach Brandon McNutt, new to the league this year, formerly head coach at Camelback High School, has been a longtime educator in the Phoenix area. He coaches the Salt River Scorpions. Of course, you've got Coach Larry Kane here tonight with the Gila River Hawks, longtime high school coach and college assistant, now leading his program here at Gila River. You've got Coach William Strother of the Papago Pumas, a longtime Valley coach and mentor, and you've got a lot of young people with opportunities through the years. Some players even making their way into the professional ranks. Trip set for the Hawks. Brewster throws and underthrows his target. And a flag. We will get the call here shortly.
Okay. We have pass interference. Defense number 5. It's going to be a 15-yard penalty. Result will be a first down.
So the Mustangs playing some aggressive defense and got their hand slapped there with 7 minutes and 11 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter with a 2-touchdown lead, 28-14 over the Gila River Hawks.
Yeah, and the Hawks finally get that pass interference they've been looking for a lot tonight, and this one gives them a first down on third down. It's big to keep this drive alive and gets them across midfield now.
Chris Harvey lined up out wide for the Hawks. 4 receiver set. Jonah Brewster, Nick Norman, the carry. Norman rounds the left side, pushes ahead, gets the first down. Nice gain for Nick Norman.
Yeah, Norman's had successful running lanes tonight. He's been able to slip through the holes, find the right lanes, be patient with his running style. He's been able to bounce them outside when he needs to get upfield. And as you said, another 11-yard run there, 10-plus yard runs tonight.
1st and 10, Gila River Hawks ball on the Mustang 35-yard line. Clock continues to move. 6.5 minutes remaining. Jonah Brewster, the quarterback. Nick Norman in the backfield. 4 receivers lined up out wide for Gila River. Brewster awaits the snap. Mustangs show blitz. Here they come. Brewster back to pass. Brewster goes over the top to the single receiver. Here comes the flag. And draped all over receiver number 7, Anthony Jackson. As it'll just get confirmed now by the official.
Pass interference, defense number 36. Result will be a first down.
Brutal.
And that's been the success of the Hawks' downfield passing game, is Brewster throwing it up, the receiver trying to make his way back to the ball, and the defender getting in the way and getting that pass interference call. They tried it a few times earlier in the game, did not get the call, but now getting the call on this drive, being able to move down the field, mixing that with the run game.
Well, whatever works, and it appears it is working here. So Brewster, the give to Jared Williams. Williams winds his way to the outside, chased down from behind, in on the stop. Number 32, Lopez. Under 6 minutes remaining in the ball game. Mustangs lead by 2 scores. Go ahead, Doug.
Yeah, and Lopez came up from his linebacker position to make a big hit on Williams. Keep that to a minimal gain. But now the Hawks are getting into a territory, as you said, just under 6 minutes to go. They need to get this ball in the end zone because they still need to get a stop and get the ball back in order to make this game a tie game.
Jonah Brewster, Jared Williams in the backfield. Brewster pump fakes, throws, and passes incomplete. Clock stops at 5 minutes and 13 seconds remaining.
And although that was an incomplete pass, you've got to like that Brewster put in a spot where not necessarily his receiver could get to it, but the defenders couldn't as well. It was a safe throw that was not into trouble and gave his receiver a chance to try to go after it. Now it'll bring up a 3rd and long and a pivotal 3rd down for the Hawks. Probably 4 down territory here. You can get a little bit here on 3rd down, then try and convert on 4th, or you can go for it all here.
5 minutes and 13 seconds remaining in the ball game, with the Gila River Hawks knocking on the door, trying to get themselves back in this game, down by 2 touchdowns. Ball on the 16. Brewster and the flag. That was quick, right at the snap. May have had some movement.
Prior to the snap, false start, offense, number 3. That'll be a 5-yard penalty. Still, 1st down.
Interesting. So Jared Williams getting called for that. May have started out of his stance a little too early, but Brewster was keeping that ball all the way. He took the snap. It looked like a traditional Wildcat and was just taking off running with it, but that's what he does best. He's a runner.
Yeah, and you think that possibly in that play, Jared Williams might be the lead blocker in that play, so trying to get a head start on it, knowing the pursuit that this Mustangs defensive line and linebacking crew has had all night, trying to get a head start and blocking for his quarterback.
So, 2-back set, Williams and Norman. Quarterback, Jonah Brewster. Receiver split out wide. On 3rd down, and Williams with the call, wrapped up by Ruiz, and it'll be 4th down. 5 minutes remaining. Clock continues to move.
Yeah, and Coach Kane probably hoping for 5-6 yards on that 3rd down carry to make it a more manageable 4th and 6, 4th and 7 range, but with close to no gain on that play. Now 4th and long. Sets up a very difficult situation for this Hawks offense, as you have to go for it at this point in the game, but 13 yards is not an easy feat.
4 minutes and 30 seconds remaining. With the Hawks knocking on the door on 4th down. Norman in the backfield. Brewster starting the hard count. Brewster throws, lofts it up over the top. Pass is incomplete. Doesn't matter. Looked like a Mustang had a shot at the interception, but in either case, ball gets turned over on downs. 4 minutes and 11 seconds remaining. Maricopa Mustangs will have possession. And one would think that they will keep the ball on the ground. That's just a hunch with a 2-touchdown lead and 4 minutes and 11 seconds left.
Yes, especially with Kevon Clark having the type of game that he's having. He's been able to do it through the air and on the ground. But as you said, likely keeping it on the ground here, trying to churn out the last 4 minutes of this game. Just a really strong performance by the Mustangs, facing adversity early on in that 1st quarter and responding, scoring 28 unanswered. And now the defense gets the ball back to their offense with 4 minutes to go.
Quarterback Cooper King, Maricopa Mustangs, and a 4-receiver set. Ball in the hands. It appears it was Minabe, who was tackled by number 80, Joshua Rice. 3:55. Maricopa will have it 2nd down and 4. Gain of 6 on the play.
We've seen Minabe get a lot of touches in this 2nd half, and he's been successful with those touches. He's been productive, the touches that he's got, and that's paying off here as coaches giving him more playing time in these final 4 minutes of the game.
And the give this time, and we've got a flag down. And that was Armstrong with the carry. Caden Armstrong. Let's hear from the official here.
as the ref discusses with his team.
We have a personal foul. I'm sorry, personal foul. It was after the play, right? Yes, sir. Sorry. After the play, personal foul. Offense number 71. That'll be a 15-yard penalty. The result is a first down.
All right, well, 3:22 remaining. Mustangs, and we've got a player having to leave the game for what looks like an equipment issue, but second down. Ball is on the 40. Trying to see where they're spotting it here, but officials are looking to the sideline. It's interesting. Doug, I'm trying to make heads or tails of what's going on the field right now.
I believe it was
moving it back.
Yeah, I believe it was out cross the 40 where you were looking at, but with that personal foul penalty, they moved it back. Believe they said it is still a first down, so it'll be a 1st and 10.
Okay.
But back now around the 20, 25-yard line.
All right, and waiting for the sideline stick to adjust back to first down. So correct, 1st and 10. Ball is on the 23-yard line. Quarterback Cooper King. King, play fake, sprints out to his right, looks to throw, does. Little soft toss, and should have the first down here on the reception.
Interesting play design there. Up 14 points at 3 minutes to go, and you're throwing the ball, but coach trusts his quarterback and is able to get a completion there and gets the first down.
Receiver Phil Braxton on the reception and giving the Mustangs a first down. Ball will be spotted right on the 35-yard line where it'll be 1st and 10, Maricopa, with 2.5 minutes remaining and a comfortable 2-touchdown lead now. And I say that because both teams have not been as productive here in this second half as was expected. The quick give inside, Armstrong with the carry. Keeping the ball on the ground.
So that should wind us down to the 2-minute warning.
And with that, we'll take the 2-minute warning as well. Thanks again for joining us here on the HJCAC Game of the Week. Doug and Vince will be right back. Thanks, Corey. Okay, so 2 minutes left. So we will just give me, like I said, about 30 seconds after we hit 0, just to kind of tie things in a bow, end things, and then it's all you, Corey. Thanks. Yep. Yes, sir. Okay. Well, I mean, we're over 10 o'clock, but they're still giving it to us. So great thing. Station's been good about it. I don't know if we're going to have time. We're here at, if you can give us something real quick.
Thank you so much. This is Kaylee Sumner signing off. My name's Olivia Prickett reporting to you from Arizona for the Varsity Sports Show, and I will be providing you with what to expect from ASU versus U of A women's volleyball on Wednesday. The Sun Devils have an action-packed October ahead of them, playing a total of 9 games. 2 of these games will be against their rivals, the Arizona Wildcats, and their first face-off will be on Wednesday, October 9th. As of October 1st, Arizona State has an overall record of 12 wins and 2 losses. They are also undefeated at home. Their win against number 22 ranked TCU was their 5th sweep in a row and the first win over a ranked team. The Devils are fired up and definitely know how to make a statement early on in the season. Racking up a total of 643 kills this season with an average of 14 kills per set and 682 digs, the Devils are strong in both their offensive and defensive performance. The Arizona Wildcats had an extremely successful preseason, dominating in every game up until they reached conference. This puts their record at 11 wins and 2 losses as of October 1st. The Wildcats were in Texas the same week as the Sun Devils, facing the same opponents, TCU and Baylor. They put up a good fight against Baylor, taking the third set that started with a comfortable 10-0 lead to force a fourth, where they fell just short of 8 points in the final set. On Friday, September 27th, the Wildcats were unable to gain momentum against TCU, getting swept in 3 sets. This added another loss to their conference record. With a total of 616 kills and 651 digs so far this season, the Wildcats know how to keep the ball off the ground on defense. Both the Sun Devils and the Wildcats have a comparable advantage.
River, once again, they have been relatively effective in the rushing game as well. 13 rushes for 63 yards. I'm going to do the math on that really quickly. That will be about 4.8 yards per carry. So still very effective in the run game, but the strangest thing about it, no completions at all in the second half either. Maybe that's not enough. Maybe it's because he's not getting enough reps, Brewster, at the quarterback position, but it is just something that they're just going to have to continue to work on. Get some reps throwing through the air.
Awesome. Thanks, Ian. Okay, Cooper King, and sprints out to his right, looks to pass. Does he? No, gets the first down, steps out of bounds, under 2 minutes remaining, 1 minute and 50 seconds.
Nice job by Cooper King there, extending the play, using his legs to roll out to the right side, then taking off and scrambling for the first down. And with that first down, under 2 minutes now, should all but do it for this game, as Maricopa should be able to take knees and run out this clock.
All right, we're going to send it down to our very own Julia Coyne. Julia, take it away.
Currently less than 2 minutes left here in the game. It's 28-14 for the Mustangs. Unfortunately, it was a tough game for the Hawks. There were some questionable calls by the refs and just a lot of tension between the two games. But I really loved how the Gila River Hawks had a fight the entire game. I mean, really both teams did, but it was just a great game to watch. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Julia. Yeah, it was. It was a great game. It was billed as one of the most prolific offenses in the league in Gila River and one of the toughest stifling defenses in Maricopa. And it was all of that. And, you know, and ironically, it was just the opposite for much of the game, at least in the first half, in that you had Maricopa's offense, you know, being able to get some things going.
Face mask, defense number 15. It's going to be 15 yards out into the end of the run. Result is a first down.
And you had the Gila River Hawks defense playing up. So, quick thank you. Wanted to offer some thank yous up once again to Station Chevron on Chaparral and 101. It is the cheapest tobacco in town. Head over to Chaparral and the 101 in Scottsdale. The give, Armstrong on the carry. And forging ahead, really close to a first down here, maybe just shy. Also, big thank you to our friends in, go ahead, say this, Doug.
Arbor Vita
of Wisconsin. PJ's Burger Barn. You guys out there, the crazy bunch out there that tune in, the faithful fans in Arbor Vita, Wisconsin. PJ's Burger Barn. Have a burger for me. Fuel IV, our friends, the mobile IV service, Valley-wide. And Game Day Men's Health in Phoenix. Thank you again for being friends of the HJCAC. And it does take a village. This has been an incredible league. A lot of moving parts, obviously. A lot of young people. And Cooper King takes a knee with 42 seconds remaining. I want to take this time to thank our amazing crew, our producers, Andrew Chambliss and Quentin Presley, our statistician, Ian Monhay, our sideline reporter, Julia Coyne, and Douglas Santo, and our technical director, the amazing Luke Galindo. Doug, our color analyst, Douglas Santo. Doug, nice job. Way to be prepared tonight. You did a heck of a job tonight. Folks, 16 seconds remaining. Clock continues to run. This undertaking has taken us 4 years to be able to continue to work with our amazing station, KDUS AM 1060. We have the Varsity Sports Show on KDUS AM 1060. Our very own Corey Walsh in the studio running the board. Thank you so much. We finally got it done. We hope to have many more of these games. The HJCAC Game of the Week. On behalf of our amazing crew, on behalf of the Hohokam Junior College Athletic Conference, its families, its coaches, and our fans. My name is Vince Delicio. Thanks again for tuning in. Have a great weekend, everyone. Go Varsity. Awesome. Thanks, Corey. Nice job.
Y'all have a beautiful, man.
All right, see ya.